Welcome. This is a recording of adults playing or talking about tabletop games. This means that adult language and/or themes may occur within that could be seen as inappropriate for younger audiences. Thank you.
So, no, it is time. Jay, are you here?
Jason?
I'm here.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So Steven's not, but we'll get back to Steven because realistically he's not part of this role. So the stream has decided, Zach, you are going for experienced kisser. I need a speed test.
Okay. I'm going to apply
You are
some effort.
dexterous with your lips and tongue.
I'm applying one thing of effort.
Okay.
I'm just blowing all of the effort right now. Okay, let's do this. What'd I get? A 14.
Oh yeah, so she probably like does that, and then like she probably like resists for like half a second or so, and then like you feel like her arms like snake up around you and like wrap around you and like hold you into a lustful embrace.
Can I roll a sleight of hand check now?
Absolutely.
This is gonna exactly like my GIF again.
I'm just so overwhelmed by my toast.
So are you going for the comb or?
Yep. I was going for the comb. I was trying to unwrap her hair while she was kissing me.
Okay. So yeah, you're able to get the comb out of her hair. Maybe like you run your hands through her hair to like
once it's out of it,
as like you like hold her head in the embrace, and that's what you use to like sneak the comb out from.
That was the idea.
And then like you do that classic like
once
like
it's out of her hair.
60s thing where you whip her back up and like like separate and then like kind of like whirl her away, and probably a couple people like in the back like cat call and stuff like that, but secreting away into your pack you put the comb. So that was an expensive comb.
Well, that was
Yeah,
expensive.
once it's safely tucked away, I'd like to try and get a round of applause going for them.
Okay. Yeah, I think there's already kind of one, so like probably like a couple people clap and a couple people like probably a little bit raunchy, like I know what they're doing tonight and things like that. And probably like one of her like rivals in the back goes, "About time you got laid," like things like that. And
That's rough.
yeah. Awesome. So is there anything else you guys want to do while you're there? Besides try to pilfer the rest of the audience?
I mean, I'm always down for pilfering the rest of the audience.
Yeah.
I think we've gotten most of the information we can from these guys. Next up, we want to talk to Straub.
Okay. So probably, the reason I was asking is because lo and behold,
By this point, I imagine.
shortly after all of that, a slightly bandaged and beragged Duke Straub walks back into the courtroom. He's got a kind of a gnarly cut on the side of his cheek, right near where his beard would be, but it doesn't actually hit the beard. That seems to be stitched up. Got some kind of like weird like glue on it too, and he kind of looks around and lots of clapping and whatnot from the audience. Much the same kind of introduction that you guys got without the servitor skull coming in. And you run into kind of quickly. The dude kind of surveys and he like looks over when he sees you all, and he like tilts his head, and then he like smiles like pretty widely like over and walks up to Cecil, who's I'm assuming kind of near you guys now after that whole debacle.
Oh yes, yes I am.
Yeah. One of the viewers goes, "The Duke says, 'I see you met my daughter.'"
Ooh.
Oh, that would be a good intervention. I'll have to remember that for the future. Also, Zach, don't forget you get to give someone your other GM intrusion.
I'm gonna give that to Jay for the toast.
Okay.
God, you guys have to be tier 2 by now.
No?
No, I've missed we're at sessions, so I'm still behind.
And I was spending experience for various things before.
Yeah, because don't forget, you can spend experience to like make re-rolls on important rolls, to prevent a GM intervention, things like that. So they're also a currency, not just for leveling. Okay.
Sounds silly.
In general, I've also been kind of kind on the GM
Yeah.
interventions. Like technically, GM interventions often like almost kill a character, or like royally like get people in trouble.
So they've been. Some of them have fucked us over pretty hard.
Yeah, I try to do a good job, but I also don't like try to like insta-give your characters. Like some of them, like for example, one of the examples I read was like you have to use a rope swing to cross a crevasse, and you GM intrusion the rope snapping.
Wow.
It's like that's pretty much an insta kill of a character, because basically then it comes down to like a single roll to see if they grab a hold of something else to save them. You know, I try not to be
That's
that
just-
harsh
That's just
I'm
douchefuckery.
glad we're
Yeah.
not going over any crevasses.
yet. Yeah. So at that point, Duke Straub walks over to Cecil and he goes, "Ah, Cecil, my friend, I loved your performance down in the arena. Did you happen to catch mine?" And he kind of like is warm and brimming with this conversation.
Unfortunately, I was a little bit distracted upon coming up.
Do you like look over at the lady that you just like laid one on?
Nope.
Okay.
You should. That's a good strategy.
No. I'm,
Actually.
He kind of like looks at you like inquisitive, and he goes, "Well, whatever." And he says, "You know what we need? A drink." And like he like raises his hand over his head, and quickly one of the servitors comes over. But like this servitor like is bringing over what seems to be some kind of shot versus like the normal like fluted glasses that everyone's been drinking previously. It's actually like a bubbling blue liquid. Very
Yeah, I'm not
viscous
drinking
and
it.
cloudy.
Stuff.
And he grabs one off the tray and hands it to you, and then he looks and he sees that like all of you are there, and he goes, "The more the merrier," and he hands out one to the rest of you, including Maugan, even though Steven's not here because shame on him.
I mean, I will
So I'm totally gonna make Maugan drink this, even though I know his character wouldn't.
Correct.
Man, this would be a great point for his hedge
Alright,
magic.
so
This would also be a great point for him to do mind reading, but he's not here to do it. So
yeah, speaking of which, I'm going to use my mind meld cipher now.
okay,
I imagine it's like a little bracelet that I can slip on, and I can speak telepathically to people.
awesome. So who's the target of your mind meld?
It's just creatures I can see.
Just
For 1
anything? You don't have to have
Within
like
short
a single
range.
target? Like it's
Doesn't
not
say
like
so.
expended. Okay, cool. So and how long does it last?
1 hour.
Okay, cool. So for the next hour, you can telepathically talk to a target of your choice
I'm psychic.
within your visible range. So yeah, so he huh? What do you say, Jay?
I said, "Hi, Cecil."
Oh,
Hi, Cecil.
You're gonna talk
Into
to
his
me?
mind.
yeah. So randomly he hears like your
Well, I can talk
like,
to anyone I want, so.
and it's only one way, right? Or is it both way?
I assume it's both way.
Let's take a look. What was the name of it?
Or-
Mind meld. I can do just fine with that.
I've got to go, guys. I'm really sorry. I was trying to get back. We got family crisis.
Okay.
All right. Have a good
Okay.
night. Sorry about that, guys.
Okay.
Assume that I'm going to help Zach steal whatever he can, read minds, and kill shit.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Sounds good.
And now my cams are gonna get all fucked up.
Rick!
Okay, so
okay,
I will
these
fix
are-
cams in a second.
Okay, well, go ahead and fix the cams. I can read the thing. So it says, "Let's the
Um,
user speak."
Yeah, you got it. Okay, cool.
Lets the user speak telepathically with creatures he can see within short range for up to 1 hour. The user can't read a target's thoughts, except those that are specifically transmitted. This effect transcends normal language barriers, but a target must have a mind that allows for such communication to be possible. So yes, if the target decides to transmit a message back, they can.
Okay, so it's optional.
Yep. They don't necessarily know they can do it, but they can.
Alrighty.
Nice kiss, Cecil.
Thank you, sir.
So you're not even like wigged out by the fact that he's talking into your brain?
Oh, that's so
I mean,
weird.
I'm assuming I've been in weirder situations. I mean, we do have a,
Hey, Alyson, are you going home with the Duchess tonight?
No, because we have Cecil doing that right now. Oh wait, no, that's a different one. That's a different human, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, damn it.
So, yeah. Once Bjarn has had his little bit of fun, he says something like, Duke Straub, we have something very important to talk with you, and it is in both of our best interests to use discretion.
Okay. So I'm gonna actually put that on
And
pause
as I'm like
for a
thinking
second.
this, I smile.
I'm gonna put that on pause for a second because he was about to do a toast when you slipped the bracelet on. So who's drinking the liquid?
I'm going to act like I'm drinking the liquid.
Well, it's a shot, so like you either drink it or you don't, because everyone's gonna see if you don't.
I mean, can't I like slide a hand it over my shoulder?
You might hit someone.
I mean, I'll take my chances.
Okay.
I shall pass.
So you just like, nope, not drinking it?
Yep.
Okay, so you just like hold it? Okay.
Please tell me Alyson is right behind me.
Nope. That will shield bash the shit out of you.
There we go. Okay.
Do I know that if I don't drink it, it would be offensive or something? Politically offensive?
Considering that he's probably the third most powerful person on this planet, refusing a toast of some sort would be probably viewed as a slight.
I'll just hide it I'll pretend
Alright,
like I
guess
took
I'll
a shot
drink
to
it.
hide it in my shield. Yes, I'm taking the glass as a souvenir.
Okay,
Deal with
so people that aren't drinking, any sleight of hand checks from you to basically secret away the liquid in some way, shape, or form to appear like you did drink it.
And that's the speds, right?
Yep.
That is a speed check, yes. And
Let's do
Jay,
this.
did you say you were drinking it?
Woo,
Yep.
Okay, so I need a strength check from you, Jay.
Would hate to offend.
Oh god, this must be some like moonshine or shit like that.
It is
You're
bubbling
trying
and
strength
blue.
check.
It is bubbling and blue.
Here we go.
Time for the might.
Huzzah!
Damn!
Hashtag +2 damage to the booze.
Excellent.
I drink Duke Straub under the table.
No, he drinks the shot and the booze gets drunk, and the booze gets Bjarned.
Okay, so both Alyson and Cecil, Alyson, you probably like just do like the like and like wait for him to like tilt his head back, and the moment he does, you just like put it over on a table and like quickly like sit there and be like, like kind of thing. Cecil, you just whip it right over your shoulder and it splashes into a plant behind you.
Woot.
Bjarn, when you drink it, you feel this like almost like warm maple syrup hit your tongue and then slide down your throat, and you feel the tingling sensation of alcohol. But you've probably had a lot of alcohol in the past at some point in time, so
You mean didn't he have some of this like A day, like 4 days ago?
Different liquid, but similar, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. When I first got here.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
okay.
you've had a similar liquid before, so this isn't like quite as, I don't know, impactful as it could be. And Duke Straub seems to not be aware of anyone. He just kind of assumes that everyone is going to drink with him, because why would you not? And he goes, you know, he kind of does like that quite little like head shake thing from like having like a hard liquor, and he smiles and he says so, and then as soon as he says so, Jay, that's when you like slam the mental mind connection into him. So what did you say exactly to him again?
Something like we have important matters to discuss, and it would be in our both best interest to avoid any ears that might be listening.
You see Straub like slowly turn his head to you and like look at you, and he kind of like tilts his head, and he's sitting there and he goes, "Are you a psyker?"
Wait.
Fuck.
He says that?
Like in his head.
No.
Like he's testing to see if he can like return a response to.
No,
So you basically say
I'm
no,
not a
you're
psyker, but yeah, it's a special technology that I have for 1 hour.
Hmm.
So
And
let's
mind
make
you,
this
like
brief.
you kind of just like the two of you guys like just see like this like what seems like almost like an intense like eye staring contest between Bjarn and Duke Straub. He says, "So what is of such great importance that you're using this technology on me?"
Boredom, mostly.
Yeah, I'm bored.
We propose a trade of information, an exchange. For instance, we know what's down in the sewers.
I need from pretty much everyone could do this. I need actually more Cecil. This is really more. I mean, not Cecil. This
Bjarn?
is going to be a Bjarn check. I need you to be able to read his facial expressions. So this would be something along those lines,
Okay.
like read emotions or something like that.
Would I think the closest I have would be like deception or detect lies, maybe.
Not going to be either of these. This is more like an empathy, visual empathy kind of thing. So this would just be a intellect check, a raw intellect check.
Okay, I will put 1 effort in. Then
Okay.
what do I get? Oof.
He seems completely like passive when you say that, and he goes, "Really? There's something down in the sewers?"
Yes. We ran into your men down there and found one of their data pads, as a matter of fact.
Couldn't possibly have been any of my men. At least not without my knowledge.
Let's see. What we want to know is why you attacked the hospital.
Give
Oh,
me
your men
another
were
empathy
there.
check.
I'll put another effort in
Okay.
and hope for a better roll. Hey, that's
Oh.
Or you do that. You get the look from him of pure confusion about the hospital. And and you probably like also get the like brain thing, like the mental connection where he goes, "What hospital?"
Is Maugan getting any sort of stuff from his mind reading?
Just
Since you said that he'd be doing that.
because I'm gonna say that his mind reading, because it's a different person, he's not doing it. And I'm gonna say that Maugan drank the drink
Okay.
and he got severely intoxicated from whatever it is because his metabolism's really high, so it like got him drunk quicker. And that way we can explain why Steven's not
Alright.
here. I think that's a fair assumption.
Okay.
Due to the circumstances of
Yes,
suddenness.
Men with men with your insignia attacked a hospital the other night. And I say the name of the hospital that we were at, which I don't remember.
Okay.
What we
Yeah,
want to know
I never gave you the name,
is
but that's fine.
why.
You hear him kind of like you see him like frown a little bit, and he goes, "I never sent men to attack a hospital. What kind of idiot would attack hospitalized civilians?"
Well, there weren't just civilians there. There were men from the Inquisition, weren't there?
You mean more of your men?
Because there were. Yes, the men that we were here to locate had been injured and were there. And if it came out that you were supporting men who attacked the Inquisition, it would reflect very poorly on you, wouldn't it?
He responds with, "I would never do anything against the Emperor."
Prove it. Aid us. Tell us what you know.
He kind of
There's more
like
that you're not
sits there and
telling
he goes, in regards to, like, he's like, "Yeah, I'm apparently gonna help you, but like, like, in what way?"
We are searching for an item as well. And the men that we were searching for were found near the sewers. So if there's anything you could tell us about what might have been down there, what might have been worth worth protecting down there. Sorry. Brain fart.
He kind of like thinks for a second and he goes, "Well, I don't know about protecting down there. I do know that as far as this item goes, whatever it is, something that would garner the attention of the Imperium, particularly the Inquisition, I am not aware of it. However, I have had reports of creatures in the sewers, and it has become a personal interest of mine to ferret them out and destroy them."
Well, you'll be happy to know that we killed 2 of them the other night. Creatures much like what we fought, but larger and rather foul, almost corrupted.
Probably about that point, you hear a clanging of glasses, and you look over, you see the corpulent Duchess or Lady Maub. I'm gonna mix up those fucking names for the rest of this goddamn campaign. Lady Maub with her hand raised, and she goes, "It has come to my attention that the Duchess Calamir has decided that due to the great success of our guests and the Duke Strout, that she would like to have a party at her estate. to celebrate this momentous occasion of great citizenry of the Imperium. And she has invited all of us to come to a ball, to do so, and to properly congratulate the esteem and amazingness there. And supposedly, from what I hear, she has quite the gift or surprise for our great royal house.
Oh shit.
You're muted, Nate.
As she says this, I telepathically tell Duke Shrab, Duchess Calamir is most likely the source of the creatures that were down in the sewers. Do not trust her.
You hear like a chuckling into your brain, and he goes, "Trust me, I don't trust anything that bitch does."
Oh, so it seems we may have a common enemy.
Quite. And if you're willing, I can. You assume that I am guilty of some play against you, and I feel that this would be a mutual benefit for both of us to both prove my innocence to you and to supply you with information if what you say about her creatures is true.
Quite. Any assistance you could give us would be most welcome.
He goes, judging by her ability to throw off this party, I assume that she is looking to remove any questioning doubt about her loyalties to the Emperor and the throne. If you were to infiltrate her system and find information, then that would most likely prove both my innocence and her guilt. I obviously am incapable of doing so due to the amount of scrutiny upon my house and hers against each other by the Lady Maub and each other. But you all, even with your most recent fame, are still... And he pauses for a second. He goes, an unknown factor.
What can you tell us about her? What would be her end goal? What is she after?
Power. She doesn't have the sway of the populace that I currently do on the planet, which prevents her from being able to take control of the government. So she is currently trying to putrefy our government. Corrupt it. Gain it, bend
You
it
think
to
she
her
is
power.
aligned with chaos?
I wouldn't say that. I've known her for a long time. I don't think that she'd go as far as to do anything remotely close to that. However, her thirst for power is extremely strong, and as long as it doesn't conflict with the Emperor's will, she'll stop at nothing to get it.
I find her lack of faith disturbing.
Yeah.
I'd like to speak with you later at your house, if that's fine.
Tonight?
We have much to discuss, it seems.
He says, very well.
I
I
think
will let
time
my
would be of
butler
the
know that
essence.
I will be expecting you tonight.
I would like to, oh, never mind. I don't know anything that's going on here. Never mind.
Okay.
Could I be giving them a summary? Because I can speak with them telepathically as well, so I could sort of keep them in the loop.
Yeah, we'll say that you're probably, like, kind of... Actually, it doesn't really work that way, because if you're having, like, an active conversation between him and you wouldn't be able to snap it between them. But you could, within seconds after him, like, kind of, like, saying, then we'll meet tonight and discuss things, you could probably, within seconds, basically give them, like, a rundown on what's going on.
Okay.
Alright, well, I would like to,
So yeah, Cecil.
I would like to request that that the meeting be earlier in the evening than later.
Why?
I have a plan. I have
Okay.
part of a plan.
Okay.
Nate
I
won't
love
like
your
it.
plans.
Nate won't like it, but I have part of a plan.
Okay. I feel like this is like Guardians of the Galaxy, where like he's like, I have a plan, and then like they're like, how much of a plan? And he goes, well, it's the beginning of a plan, and then they're like, that's not a plan at all. And it's like, what percentage of a plan? And he goes, well, like 10%, and then it's like, no, that's not a plan.
I have an idea.
Yeah, it's more like an
It could
idea.
go fit.
That's not a
It
plan.
could go fantastically.
Okay, so you try to say like earlier in the evening, probably around like this point. You're looking at like early afternoon, like 1-2 o'clock. So ultimately, if you're, how early are you? Like, what time are you wanting to meet at his estate? Because remember, it takes like an hour to get there, and you might have wrecked the car.
I would prefer to meet, like I said, I would prefer to meet there sooner than later. Is all I'm saying.
Okay. So you're gonna do that convenient thing where like where it's like after I leave, wait 15 minutes and then leave after, and then like go some roundabout route and meet me at my house kind of thing.
I don't know, that's up to
pizza.
I'd say
That's up to the
before we
boss
go
man.
there, we should go to our hideout and check on Mekog. I think that would give us enough time.
Okay. So basically the
And then
plan
meet
is that he says meet at my place at your convenience, and then you all are gonna go check on Mekog, and then head over to Straub's mansion again, his estate again, to plan. Sound good?
Works for me.
Okay. So let's go ahead and fast forward through a couple things. So you guys make your polite pleasantries. You go about leaving. You all pile into the broken down Mekog car. Surprisingly, it still runs, but it occasionally makes some weird grinding and clattering sounds from the engine area as you go down the road.
Can I make some? Oh wait, continue on. Sorry,
Yep.
continue on. Continue on. Never mind.
Yep. So you go about doing that, and then ultimately you arrive at your base of operations and climb up, and you ultimately find Mekog lying there with like his entire body still on the table that he was operated on, and he's just like staring up at the ceiling. And when you guys come in, you see him like roll his head a little bit over and like look at you guys, and then he rolls and he looks back up at the ceiling.
Hey, Mekog, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, hi, little boss. Well, I've been better.
Great.
Ah,
Well, you put up one hell of a fight. I'm proud of you.
those fucking gets can't get me down. Gotta protect her, you know.
Yeah, I get you, Mekog. We're gonna get the people who did this back for you.
Right, boss. How bad's my arm?
Yeah.
He's like lifts his like mechanical arm where like the bladed claw that he normally has, which is completely obliterated, and like he's like, I haven't been able to look at it. I'm too afraid.
I would like to
Oh, it's
say
nothing you can't fix.
Are you
I
sure?
know what you can do. Yeah, you'll jump back from this.
Okay. What were you saying, Cecil?
Cecil?
never mind. That would have interrupted him, so never mind.
Okay. At that point, like he like kind of lifts, and you see him tilt his head, and like he looks, and he finally sees like the mangled like hand of his claw, and he like you just see like these like probably like thumb-sized teardrops start rolling down his face, and he goes, "My beautiful claw."
Think of how much of a better. Think of how much prettier the next one is going to be.
He goes, he kind of like looks over at you, sees something, goes, oh! Oh! You're right! I can make it better! And he goes, he looks over at Little Boss and he goes, just you wait! It's gonna be bigger and nastier than before! I'll be able to fit 2 Humies in it and crush
That's
them!
the spirit.
And he like tries to make like the clamping motion with the claw, but you hear like this like screech and like nothing moves and you're
Give it time, Mecha. Give it time.
Aw. Yeah.
In the meantime,
It might seem bad now. But, yeah, go on, Cecil.
in the meantime, we do have. God dang, why am I forgetting Steven's character's name again?
Maugan.
Maugan has some stuff for you.
Oh? Stuff! I do like stuff.
Scales and the teeth of the creatures from the sewer.
Oh! The things you mean that you went down to get.
Yeah.
Did you happen to collect any souvenirs of the things that I killed?
Unfortunately, I was a little preoccupied at the time.
Ah, that's alright.
Wasn't
They were
much left. You did a really good job.
Ha ha! You bet I did. Even they tried to ambush me, you know, Little Boss. Shot rockets at me! Grenades and stuff!
Yeah. You saw. It was a bloodbath.
They're fucking cheating gits is what they are!
You showed him, huh?
You bet I did. He kind of like looks over. We'll say that Maugan's like there, but partially drunk. And he's like, so, how big were they? At which point, like probably like Maugan
They were
like
huge.
leans against like the doorway, and he's just like, what was in that stuff? And he kind of looks over and he goes, I think I need to take a nap. And at that point, like he like fully puts his head against like the door jamb and just like slides down and passes out like right in the door. At that point, probably he looks over and he goes, right, well, Eldar and stuff. Sister! That's you, Nate.
Sorry, I was trying not to choke and die on my food.
That's fine. Just making sure you knew I was addressing you.
Yes, but I've somehow forgotten the question when trying not to choke and die.
No problem. He goes, he was just getting your attention. I knew you were eting, so I wanted to get your attention before I started
Okay, good.
posing
I
stuff
was like,
to you.
oh fuck, I missed something.
Yeah. He goes, how big were the creatures down in the sewers?
Oh god, the ones in the sewers. Those are like the ones that we fought in the arena, but bigger.
Yes.
Okay. So, bigger than you, Mekog. Bigger than you.
You see him like kind of like wiggle on the table and like
And we fought him
kind of
on
like
the ceiling.
cringe when he does so, as like he like kind of like hurts his wounds a little bit, and he goes, "Oh, I wish I could have fit down into the hole there." And then you see him pause and he goes, "Wait, if they're bigger than me, how did they get into the sewers?"
That is
Little-
an excellent
A
question.
little
we're
bit
trying to
skinnier
figure
there,
out.
Mekog. They're dinosaur tube shaped, not man tube shaped.
But they're bigger than me. How can they get into the sewers?
They were pushed.
We should have tried that.
We're gonna figure it out.
Maybe next time.
Mekog's feeble
Maybe
brain
next
is not
time.
able to understand this concept of different shapes.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Mekog, you're like trying to fit a cube down a tube. These are tube-shaped animals, so they fit in the tube. Square peg, round
Well,
hole.
like
Right. Well,
the problem with Mikar.
That's
was
what Little
it couldn't
Boss is
fit
for.
Through the grate, right?
Huh?
Like,
Yeah.
the ultimate
like-
size of these creatures, like,
the dinosaurs couldn't fit through.
Yeah, realistically, like the size of these things, like they probably could. Like if they like got down onto like the like if they like lowered themselves onto their bellies and like like shimmied forward, they could fit through that thing. But the size difference on those was significantly too much bigger. So like if you think about it, like the arena creatures that you fought were basically like the size of Mechog. The things that you guys fought in the sewers were bigger than Mechog. So even though they're more like aerodynamic per se comparative, the difficulty level to actually get into the sewers through like one of those grates is like stupidly hard.
So it had to have been like an alternate entrance that they used.
Right. Mechog basically
were
kind of
better.
Mechog, through his inability to basically understand things and his anger at not being there, essentially kind of like was like, wait a minute, you mean I could have been down there? Why didn't you tell me?
He's a child.
Yeah. Might not have gotten shot in the fuck up by a bunch of dudes outside.
Knowing Mechog, he would have driven the armored car down there.
If he could have, yes, he would have. At that point, like, he's sitting there and he goes, so, how have you all been getting around without your armored vehicle-y thingy?
Well, we got good news. We've acquired a tow truck.
Oh. Alright.
You want to make an armored tow truck for us, Mechog?
You mean a battle wagon?
Sure.
I'd love to make me a battle wagon. Always been on my to-do list.
Oh, you can. Well, we'll give you the tow truck and you can spruce it up for us. Alright?
Perfect.
But, other than that, Cecil, whose car did we borrow?
Well, that is an excellent question. I believe it was Mechog's.
Oh, well.
And
I'm
Maugan,
sure if you
who
were
drove?
driving, little boss, I'm sure you took good care of it.
Maugan, who was driving?
Maugan's passed out in the door.
Alyson, could you point at who was driving and who might have pushed some buttons?
That's you, Nate.
Maugan was driving.
Yes. So, Allison's probably, like, not really paying attention due to the low level of intelligence that this conversation's been taking. And so, like, he's like, oh, what? Maugan was driving. At which point, like, Mechog looks over and he goes, wait, that tall, lanky git was driving my car?
Yeah, he pushed a fuck ton of buttons and
He fucking what?
we pushed all the buttons, Mechog.
Okay.
Not all of them. Wasn't there one we didn't push?
You didn't hit the
No, we
blue
pushed.
one.
Oh, we didn't hit the blue one.
No, you totally did because you shot the
Yeah,
van
no,
up.
we hit all the blue buttons.
Yeah, you hit the blue one and shot the family
Oh, yeah.
in the van. Forgot
we
about
hit
that.
all the buttons.
Yeah. He goes, so,
Look, Maugan hit all the buttons. We had nothing to do with it.
right. But you didn't stop him! How are you still alive?
Luck, pure luck.
He hit the
Yeah.
He hit the red one, didn't he?
twice.
Wait,
I liked your warrior.
you see
pack.
like him take his good hand and like... Why didn't he hit it a third time? What happened? You should have had to hit it 3 times.
We left a nice, lovely, car-sized hole in a building. Or wait, was it? We took out a toll booth. What was we hit?
Like a barrier thing. Your claw's not the only thing you're gonna be able to improve, is what we're trying to say.
He kind of like squints at you and he goes, I don't understand. What happened to my car?
Your car,
It's dead, Mechog.
needs
It's
some
dead.
work.
He kind of like looks down at the slumped, like past blacked out Maugan. He goes, right, fucking Edo's gonna die, and he like gets off the table and like starts barreling towards
Mechog,
Maugan.
down.
I use my grapple on Mechog.
Okay, so what's happened? How are you restraining Mechog for this?
As he was getting up, I'm gonna yell Mechog down.
Yeah, he's totally not gonna listen to you when you say something like that.
I'm grappling Maugan.
Using the claw portion, like right around like what he would basically have picked up Maugan in his metal claw, but because he doesn't actually have the claw, he's sitting there and he's just like kind of staring at it, and he's just sitting there and he's like paused as he's like going to like just lift it. And he's like, if I can't claw him to death, I'm just gonna turn him into jelly. Is kind of like the mentality that Mechog pauses at when you're like,
Wait.
Yeah.
Remember your anger management class, Mechog? Don't do it.
Yeah, it kind of like looks over and he's like, I feel pretty. Oh, so pretty. Oh, so... And like he just takes his like arm and smashes it into like the side of the wall and like... Yeah. And gay! Right. Make the car better. I can do that. I can do that.
Let's not make the switch a triple push to stop turbo mode.
He did bring you the scales and all the stuff, so
Right.
that was his idea.
Fair trade. Little boss taught me about that. Fair trade. Not sure it's quite fair though. And like
You'll be ecstatic. You'll be ecstatic when you get back to the ship.
Right. Get back to the ship.
Trust me. If you thought this was good, you should see what's back on the ship.
Okay. But if I don't like it, I'm fucking killing this git.
No.
Mark my words.
How much do you like teeth?
Oh, I do like me some teeth.
I don't think you'll be killing him for this then.
Oh. You see him like kind of sit there, and he kind of like just sits down. He goes, right, how many teeth did it get me? You can tell me.
Well,
and he
let's
got like
see.
this like childlike grin. He's like, he's not listening, so you can totally rat him out. I do like to know. Spoil the surprise for me.
I think it would be much more enjoyable to see the look on your face when you get there.
Oh, I was never.
We're not done getting teeth, I'm pretty sure.
I was never very patient.
There's probably going to be more when we get back too.
Right. And at that point, like, he kind of goes, by the way, no offense, but I'm really tired. And at that point, like, he just, like, kind of, like, crumples backwards and, like, lies back down on his back, legs bent, like, like, basically knees are bent, but, like, the rest of him just kind of, like, splays down. And he goes, that kind of took the wind out of me.
Get some sleep, Mechog.
Right. I'll just be here.
Get some rest. Feel better soon.
Okay. So you guys go
Make sure
ahead and
Maugan doesn't touch any more of your stuff.
you better not. Might as well just leave him here. I'll watch over him. Promise I won't kill him yet.
I think we might still need him.
But he's passed out.
He'll come to. We'll just put him in the back seat.
You should put him in the trunk.
Tow truck doesn't have a trunk.
Oh, that's
Too
right.
tall.
Hang him from the hook.
We tried.
Yeah, you already tried to hang him from the hook. No.
Jaw.
No, we tried.
Okay.
Well, if it makes you feel better, yes, we did.
Right. Well, you always do know best, little boss. So I'll let you do what you want, because that makes sense. All right. Well, I'll be here, sulking and miserable and wanting my tools, dreaming of engines, alone, forgotten. I was good all the way until Nate lost it.
Tell you what,
God damn it, that guy.
as soon as you're feeling better, you can walk. We'll take you with us again, alright?
Oh, that
Promise.
would make me happy. Save the biggest, nastiest one for me, right?
Isn't that usually the plan?
Right. We'll do that for you, Mechog.
So you actually switch over to like his like broken Orky accent for that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's me, little boss. Always thinking about me. At that point, like,
Here, you.
and he
Give
like,
me a big hug. Wait,
yeah.
not that big.
I actually think like probably grabs you with like his good hand and like pulls you to him and like smothers you in like his bulk on his good side where he's not gonna like skewer you with like fragments of metal and gives you like a big hug. I actually want you to take 2 might damage from the hug.
Bjarn.
Oh, by the way, you guys should be back up to full life
I'll accept that.
when this happens. Because you would have gotten
sure.
full medical
So-
attention before you left.
We would have gotten what?
Full medical attention before you left.
Sweetness.
So technically, everyone's back up to full, and Jay, you just lose 2 might from the hug. Which means
Correct.
essentially,
It's okay. It's worth it for me.
yeah, essentially, like his hug is the equivalent of someone getting shot by a las pistol.
Didn't I take 2 damage when you shot me?
No, you took like 6 damage when he shot you.
Yeah, like 4 or 6, because if it was his gun, you took 4 damage. If it was 6, he must have shot you with like Nate's gun. But I don't think he hit anyone for the ground floor ceiling fiasco.
Mechog didn't hit any of us, but he hit the bad guys.
Yeah, he did. So yeah, he probably hit you for 4 during one of those escapades. Okay, cool. So he gives you a big burly hug. You actually like feel like you just went to the chiropractor after he gives you the hug, as your like bones have cracked in your body and stuff. And he goes, right, well,
My arms flail for a minute.
yeah, you're totally doing like the
hug him?
leg kicking thing.
There.
Yeah, your legs are totally like kicking back and forth. They're like, oh god, oh god.
This is what happens when you get hugged by a 2-ton orc.
Yeah, right. Luckily, he's only hugging him with one arm. And
Yeah,
then,
otherwise the dreams may be crushed.
yeah, and at that point, he goes right, and he like lifts you and puts you back on your feet. Like he like has to fully extend his arm, but he like lifts you off, and he goes right. Well, go find him, and you make sure you don't start any fights without me. That wouldn't be very fair.
Right. We'll do our best, Mechog. You take care.
All right, get out of here. At that point, he like waves you out, and you guys have to. Who's carrying Maugan? Because Maugan's passed the fuck out.
Well, it's generally assumed that the guy who has the actual ability to carry people carries him.
Well, that ain't Metcog.
Alyson.
Oh yeah, Alyson. You're
Yeah.
carrying Maugan?
Yeah, why not?
So like fireman carry kind of thing?
Where do you
Yeah.
want to put him?
Well, you guys are gonna like throw him in the back or something. You got
Yeah, we
Metcog's car, so like you could
Yeah,
totally
they'll
throw him in the
just
trunk.
swap him around in the trunk or in the back seat or something. Wherever there's not people.
You could throw him in the trunk, no problem.
Yeah, let's go with the trunk.
Right, so give me 1 second because you guys get something when you come to the trunk.
Oh, is this a fucking surprise?
Is it candy?
Some
GM
fries.
intervention.
Kind of.
Oh,
It's a
candy.
good GM intervention.
Some fries, mother trucker.
Yeah, some fries. GM. Warhammer. Gear
Is it more
spreadsheet.
body parts courtesy of Mechog?
Okay. So when you open the trunk, you actually see that there are 3 items in the back with little like strips of paper that are tied with some string attached to them with like really like weird like crayony scrawl on them with names on them. So like Alyson is like ALY, and then like it's like pause, and then like it's got like a 5 and then like a 0 and then an N, and you see that it's a giant 2-handed chainsword.
Whoa!
Ooh.
I'm
Um,
excited. Yes,
and-
please.
And like you can see, like this is like amazingly well crafted chainsword. Like and like as you pick it up, like you can feel that the weight is just right. The blades seem extra sharp in their hands, or along it, and like you can see that like it has like multiple different like connections, so you can actually like put this to like both like like you can feed a battery pack into it, but you can also like connect it to like a power pack on your backpack, and basically like you can run it like for like extended combat use. So like if you had to like fight for hours, you literally could without this thing like running out of juice, kind of concept.
Giggity. Is this like Mechog's presents to us?
Yeah, Mechog's got you all presents. He was.
Is it Christmas?
That's why he was joking about throwing Maugan into the trunk, is so that you guys would see his gifts to you all. He was gonna give them to you earlier, but shit happened. Yeah. There's another one. It's actually really weird, Cecil. It just looks like this like weird glowing blue box about like yay big, and it says like Cecil, but he like spelled it with an S, and then like an E, and then like another S, and then just L.
I'm surprised he didn't just spell SE and just call it good.
Yeah, well, he tries. And what this is it is a power pack for your plasma.
And Steven's not here for that.
Also, right. On the backside, you see SHHHHHHH, and then it says, "Don't tell boss."
Oh no. I'd like to roll a sleight of hand check.
Well, I mean, like, basically, you don't know why, but yeah, go ahead, roll me a sleight of hand check. Are you sleight of handing so that I don't even need to ask?
I was trying to just palm it and just like, okay.
Yeah, so like you try to palm it and like you actually like drop it, and I'm assuming that you're trying to palm it so that Bjarn doesn't see.
Yep.
Bjarn, you're the one that picks it up, like to like hand it back to him. And like probably like because like that wouldn't be good enough for that would be good enough for a GM intervention. You turn the card over where you see the shh, don't tell boss on the back.
Well,
yeah, Cecil, I think this one's yours.
Yes, it would appear that way. Let's move on. That is an excellent question. Let's move on to the next one.
And so the last one, Jay.
This might be your paycheck, and I toss it to him.
Yeah. So the last one, Bjarn. You see, it looks like a bunch of like little legs, and like they all seem to not be like attached, like to anything. Like it's just like kind of like metal like like limbs, little like metallic limbs. However, attached to it are like one of the limbs has like a drill, and like one of the limbs has like a knife, and one of the limbs has like a little las pistol built into it, and it says on it, for it just says LILLBOSS, and then it says 4, the number 4, YR, and then SKULL.
I think he wants you to put that on your servo skull.
So basically what he did is he created for you the pieces to upgrade your servo skull into a combat servo skull. So
awesome.
Essentially what that allows you to do is that every turn that you activate and use the servo skull, it will be able to be out on the field for combat. And it will, if basically you will be able to make a roll to hit. And if it hits, it deals an additional 2 damage to whatever target you're targeting.
Sweet.
So basically,
does that get reduced by armor, or like does it all get counted together?
it's a separate flat attack. So basically, what I would say for your character sheet is that if you activate your skull, you should have like another combat thing where you can do the roll. It's a las pistol, so it's exactly like yours. But like basically, you would be able to do like 2 las pistol rolls to hit, and then it would do 2 damage if it hits. But that would come separate as the serval skulls combat. And then basically it also has a knife so that if something gets within close range, it can try to stab them with it too. So it works at both ranges.
And I just based it off like my combat knife.
Right. Basically, you can just roll one or the other a second time when you have that servo skull activated. But you have to make sure you tell me, I'm going to activate my servo skull. Even if it's like at the beginning prior to combat, like if you're like, oh, I'm investigating the sewers, I'm going to activate my servo skull prior, just in case I get into a sticky situation. You know, like that kind of thing.
And then it accidentally announces us.
It's another thing I can do a GM intervention on, yes. Just wait until I do a GM intervention on that plasma gun.
Sweet.
Yeah, we go. I was not saying anything because it's like, let's see, no, because I was gonna say no. That's the one that's gonna melt us is the plasma cannon. That's gonna be a bad GM intervention when that happens.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That's not going to go well.
Nope.
It really depends on how much I regret me giving you ammo for it.
A lot.
Well, you gave me one pack, so that has what, 10 shots?
10 shots.
So I can fire it 10 times.
Yep.
Yeah, but that shit can do some serious damage.
Oh yeah, I can do upwards of 9 damage with it right now.
Per shot.
Per shot.
Not bad.
That's the kind of shit you take into combat when you fight Chaos Marines. Like, that's what that is. So anyway, so after having your warm, heart-filled moment of receiving a gift from Mechog, you quickly realize that not only was there only 3 gifts for you guys and none for Maugan, but this looks like the perfect place to fit a 7-foot Eldar into. And you proceed to quickly stuff him in to the trunk.
Perfect place for...
For an Eldar, yes.
He is not a fan.
So what are my stats on my 2-handed chainsword?
So essentially, it's the exact same thing as your normal chainsword, but instead of 4, it does 6.
Cool.
So basically, if you realize that your shield, huh? Which
Steven wants back in.
Steven wants to know if we're almost done. Or...
We still got
Now
like
you
an
have to
hour
make
and
another
15,
present.
so if he can join in, I'll let him join in. How convenient! Now I gotta fucking fix all my cameras again. You goddamn.
I'm sorry. One of my dogs ate a bufo. I can't just let him die.
Oh yeah,
What's a
that's totally. I totally know the feeling.
Poisonous toads. You got to make them throw up a bunch or they die.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
basically.
I had no idea what a bufo was.
It's like a toad about this big, Nate, with like these nasty, like what look like warts on the back that excrete a milky, poisonous liquid, and if a dog attacks it, it secretes that all over the dog's tongue, and when the dog ingests it, it'll kill it through asphyxiation.
I'm gonna ask a really dumb question. How the hell did you know it ate it? Or did you
Because
like,
their mouth foams up.
They look
and
like they
start-
suddenly got rabies
Yeah.
when they eat one.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know
Yeah.
this shit. I had a dog eat an ibuprofen
Yeah,
off the floor, and I was like, I don't know what the
later.
fuck to do with this.
Yeah, so yeah, totally
Meanwhile-
reasonable. You know the weird thing is, Steven, is that like I actually talked about that the other day. I can't remember the last time I've seen a bufo frog.
I live in the middle of nowhere. I have lots
Yeah, I
of
know,
bufos.
but that was just one of those weird things I like was thinking about. I'm like, because like I don't live in the middle of nowhere, nor have I really lived in the middle of nowhere, and like we used to have bufos all the time.
I don't know. I guess the city took them out.
Yeah.
Can I get like a 10-second rundown of what happened while I was trying to save my dog's life?
So, yeah. So I'll
very heartwarming moment where we tried to keep Mechog from killing you.
No, shit! I wanted to be there for that because I wanted to say how bad I felt and how I was going to do whatever I could to get him a car.
So basically, what you missed is you missed the conversation
Yeah.
with Duke Straub.
Okay.
where he proposed a toast to the victors of the Colosseum. You drank it, and that's how I explained you suddenly disappearing, as I made you get passed out drunk
Okay.
on the liquid. And then they did the mind meld thing with Duke Straub, where he was able to have a psychic connection and talk to Straub. And so basically they gathered the information that from what you previously know of Lady Calamir, that she's probably sneakier than you guys have thought, and that Straub wants to basically use you guys to both prove his innocence to you and the Imperium, but also to fuck her.
Like over, not
Yeah,
like
over.
she wanted to date Alyson.
And
okay.
Lady Calamir totally wanted to bone Alyson.
I was there for that. Yeah.
And then they all left, and they came back to the base of operations, where they had a warm, heartfelt moment with Mekog. That's also where Mekog found out that you trashed his car. And he almost killed you. And they felt that it was a good idea to take you along with them. So good job, guys, for totally making him have a convenient point to
Yeah, thank you.
return to the conversation.
As he's locked in a trunk.
Can I retcon and say that I was very, very apologetic to Mekog, and I promised to do anything in my power to get him his vehicle back even better than it was before?
No, because you were still passed out at the time.
Oh, he was just yelling at me? Okay, that's fine. I'll talk to him when I wake up.
Basically, because he asked, he's like, so wait, how did you drive around? And they're like, yeah, we borrowed your car. And he's like, right. And he's like, so...
Who drove?
Yeah, who drove? Like he kind of
Okay.
he's like little. It's okay, little boss. It's okay if you drove. And they're like, he's like, I didn't drive. And he's like, so who drove? And then they're like, him. And they're like, he kind of got super pissed. And he's like, why? How? And then basically anti-touch buttons. And Mekog went, what?
Lost his mind. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And
Well,
then-
I'll give him my apology speech
Yeah.
later then.
And then basically he told them that if they wanted to bring you along, that he could stuff you in the trunk of his car. So they're about to
So
stuff
am I in
you
the trunk?
Yeah, basically we got to the point where they realized that there was a gift for the three of them in the trunk of the car, which they were getting out and exploring, and then they were stuffing you into the trunk when you came back.
Okay.
So probably that's when you come to, maybe one of you bangs his head on the side of the car, and he
Alright.
kind of snaps to. He's like, "What? Where am I?" And that's probably where Steven rejoins us, and we further the plot.
The plot thickens.
We're at our home base of operations here. You know,
In the back of the trunk.
Hyrokin Outpost Alpha here.
You're a little dazed at this point.
I'm pretty sheepish. Yeah, I'm just following along with what they're doing at this point.
Well, you're
And I guess
currently,
I'll climb out of the trunk.
Yeah, your body's half in, half out of the trunk, I guess. So you
I
begin
will be
climbing
right
out
back.
of the trunk.
Yeah, I'll climb out of the trunk and dust myself off and just kind of pretend it never happened.
Okay.
It does because I want to seem sophisticated, and I did not seem sophisticated, so I'm embarrassed.
Yeah, so also you're back up to full HP on all your pulls.
Oh, beautiful.
And when you're climbing out of the trunk, your foot kicks a little box and something rattles around on the inside.
Do I recognize this box? What?
No, but you actually see that there's a little bit of cord and then a piece of paper attached to it.
Oh,
It's a
guys,
trap!
do you know what's in it? Because I have scan. I can tell us what's in it without opening it.
Well, you can look at the string or the piece of paper attached to the string.
It's a trap.
Yeah, without touching it. Let's look
Okay,
at
so
it.
you see scrawled on a piece of paper, the attempts at spelling your name correctly, and then it is scratched out, and you just see Fukit, and you want to scan the box.
And I'm back.
So this is something from Mekog?
Mekog.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna scan. He doesn't seem like the subtle bomb type, but I may as well scan it.
Okay. It looks like there's some very thin cylindrical discs on the inside of it.
I mean, Fuck it. I guess I'll just take it a couple feet away from the rest of them and open it up. If I die, then it's my recompense for fucking up his car.
So what you see in the box is what looks to be his attempt at replicating Eldar shuriken ammo.
Oh no, he's that nice. He gave me a gift and I ruined his car.
Yeah, because
I'm the worst person ever.
Yeah, feel guilty, motherfucker.
It's okay though. Everything we gave him, I told him was on your behalf.
Yeah,
Wait.
all the corpses that you guys killed in the arena. Cecil said that
okay, thank you.
that was basically his attempt to prevent you from getting killed. Was he said
Thank
that
you,
like
Cecil.
you gifted all of those bodies and stuff up at the ship
Thank you.
for him.
I want to give him my rocket launcher too.
He'll attach that to your new future battle wagon.
Yeah.
I say he
Okay,
can just
so-
replace his claw with that.
So how many was he successful with his ammo production?
Yeah, surprisingly, you're actually really surprised that someone as daft as Mechog was able to replicate them. They're a little bit heavier, like in weight, because it's not made out like he used like shit metal for it, like nothing like no Eldar crafted metal.
Yeah.
But the balance and the sharpness of the blades and everything is like spot on.
All right, damn good Mechog. So how much ammo did I get?
A whole nother magazine.
Wow, 10. Good job,
Yep.
All right. Glad I rejoined.
And just so you know, Jay got outfitting retrofits for his servo skull to turn it into a combat skull.
Sweet.
Okay, I get it. And Alyson got a two-handed chainsword.
Damn.
And Cecil looks sheepishly when you ask what he got, and he goes, "I got nothing."
Okay.
Got a rock.
Yeah, I got a rock.
I got a rock.
All right. So what's our goal right now? We talked.
They're on the way to Straub's estate to
Okay, cool.
plan, because there's going to be a ball tomorrow.
Oh, but we got our goal experience. We
Not
succeeded
quite.
in our goal, right?
Almost.
Oh, okay.
Basically, once you guys get to Straub's location, because basically you got I'm not actually trying to kill you, but you don't know the full extent of what he wants from you yet.
Okay.
The intent part is missing yet. So you guys begin driving down the road. Occasionally there's a weird clatter, clank, and a screech from the car as you're driving, but everything else seems to be fine. It doesn't emit smoke or anything like that. And got the things back. So yeah, so you begin to finally get back to Straub's location. At which point, as you approach up to the estate, you see the butler standing out there, the one that you had previously spoken to and puked all over during his watch.
No.
You can't prove
We
anything.
gave him $80. He shouldn't be that mad at us.
At which point, you all pile out of the car and he goes, "Oh, it's you guys again. Well, Duke Straub is expecting you, so come on in."
Well, we're awfully sorry about what happened before.
Yeah, whatever.
No
It
hard
happens.
feelings.
More often than not nowadays.
More often than not, how many people are
What do
throwing
you
up
mean by
in this
that?
house? Yeah.
Kind of turns around and goes, "Don't you know? Half the planet's sick."
Oh. So maybe we need to put more focus on
Is
what's
it-
got the humans sick.
He goes, "I figured all you folks just caught the
it's just-
local bug of the month."
How long ago did this start happening? That people started getting sick?
Oh, not too long ago, maybe half a year. Seems like something sweeps through the populace about once a month. We got a once-a-month flu shot thing that has to go around for everybody.
How long has that been happening?
6 months.
Hmm.
Not too bad though. I mean, we don't
Who's
lose.
responsible for
we only
the flu
lose it.
shots.
He goes, "We only lose about 1,000 people to the disease each month."
I mean, is this like the Earth flu and it's old, weak people, or?
Little bit of everything. I don't really pay attention to it. That'd probably be something more for Duke Straub. He's a lot more in touch with the populace than I am out here.
So we might want to make sure we pay Dovesh another visit and pay him his money. Because he's probably the guy to talk to about this, right?
Could be.
And he goes, although
If we have time before the call.
he kind of looks at like all of you and he goes, whichever of you were the ones that did the puking and stuff, y'all should be wearing a mask or something, because I mean, no offense, but I don't want to get sick. Not really my thing.
I think you guys have respirators, right? Couldn't you just put on your respirators?
Yeah, they totally could. But like, he's thinking more like just something to prevent him, like in case it's airborne.
Oh yeah, I guess that just really filters what you're breathing in, so they would still be breathing out germs. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they do, but like, it's just kind of like, like, hey, by the way, like, don't get me fucking sick. Like, don't need that shit. And he turns around and he goes, so anyways, follow me. At which point he leads you all inside and leads you to one of the rooms the same room that you all like puked in. It smells clean and fresh. Almost doesn't look like anything actually happened inside this room. No vomiting blood on the floor or anything like that. But all the heads on the walls and stuff like that. And he goes, right, well, Duke will be with you in just a moment. And kind of like leans forward and he goes, well, I do appreciate the money. Please don't puke again.
We'll try.
He's like,
We
alrighty.
don't want to throw up either.
He goes, catch you later. And he like walks out the door. And do you guys want to do anything before I bring the Duke in, or can I skip straight to the Duke?
Let's do the Duke.
Stealth check.
Stealth check. Yeah.
Not this time.
Alrighty. So
I think I'm good.
So a short while later, the Duke comes in, back more in like his classic like outfit, versus like the kind of beraggled. You see that he's a lot more like cleaned up than he was after his last bout in the Coliseum, when he came up to see you previously. Got the gentlemanly like vest on and nice and clean and proper. And he goes, gentlemen, so, well, there's no polite way to really put this, so,
Are we talking to Mekog again?
yeah, I just realized I was talking like Mekog, because I was thinking about Mekog in my head. So,
Right.
Be honest, you're always thinking about Mekog.
all the time. It's so hard. I really love Mekog. Dark business. I'm not the one that you guys are looking for. And he looks over at Bjarn and he goes, I did send my men down to the sewers. I investigated after our conversation where you told me about all of the carnage down there and found out that the team that I had sent to previously destroy the creatures was in fact met by one of your party.
They did shoot an RPG at him while he was inside the van.
Right. Terribly sorry about that.
That's a very good point.
They're just trying to do their job. They're told to be extremely cautious, and due to the current escalation between Calamir and Straub, I don't think they were taking any chances. He is all right, isn't he? Thing.
It did cost us a lot of money.
He's teetering.
His medical bill's going to cost us a lot of money as well.
Well, good thing you won all that in the arena.
I'm talking about 30,000. But
Jump in.
Try and
you need an
fast
extra
talk him,
30,000
Jay.
to make
It's
it.
his fault, yeah.
He sits there and he thinks and he goes,
A little bit of
well,
recompense would go a long way to making us feel better.
I understand. Reasonable. Well, tell you what.
You just said it's reasonable?
Definitely reasonable. Oh, fast talk.
Keyword, reasonable.
Okay, so roll me a... Let's see here. When speaking with an intellect creature you can understand isn't hostile, you convince that creature to take one reasonable action in the next round. A reasonable action must be agreed upon by the GM, so some form of recompense would be the terms. It should not put the creature or its allies in obvious danger or be wildly out of character. Okay, so roll me a fast talk check.
Please throw effort at it. It could save us 20 grand.
Just be intellect.
You could actually make money off of this, depending. Yes. So basically, the amount of money you get back from Stroud will be dependent upon how well you do on this roll.
All right, I put one effort in, and oof.
That beats a difficulty 4, right? So he essentially rolled a 12.
Beats a difficulty 3.
No, but he... Oh, sorry. I thought the effort was training. Never mind.
Right, no. So he goes,
Stanley.
well, yes, I do think that's fair. So, and you hear him, like, reach forward, and he claps his hands, and the butler guy walks back in, and he's like, you called, sir? He says, right, would you be willing to go down and get these gentlemen 20,000 credits to assist them in the medical endeavors of their friend? I do believe that, I think that's fair. I do think you guys got a little gypped in the 30,000, so I'd be happy to give you the 20. And due to your winnings, I'm sure that's more than reasonable for a misunderstanding. Especially considering he didn't die.
Worked nicely.
Right.
Fair
so,
enough. But
so
on to more important business.
between the four of you, add an additional 5,000 credits to your bill, or your total. That way we can keep track of it later. You guys basically get the coffers, and I don't have to talk about it later, or be reminded of it. So.
Righto.
Righto.
Okay.
He goes, so.
I gotta say, you have a spot-on impression of that Warcraft orc.
Righto.
It's really impressive.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
me or
Lord?
Versi?
Righto.
I noticed you use that first, yeah.
Yes,
Right,
Lord.
Lord. Yes, me lord.
I didn't mean that everybody should start imitating everything from Warcraft.
Yeah. Anyways.
We found a witch.
So yeah, so he goes, so, proving my innocence. Well, no, everyone knows that Straub and Colomir don't get along. And rightfully so. She's an uptight cunt. And, doesn't care for the people. And that pisses me off.
See, I knew he was a decent fellow.
And while we did grow up together, and we did learn the same, attitudes seem to be different. To be honest, her parents were cunts too. So, it was only be to be expected that she'd be raised as one just like them. And so I don't think that she honestly is intending ill will in any way, but I definitely feel that this is a power play being done to us, to the Straub and maybe even to the people. And so I feel that at this party that we're all invited to, this flaunting of her generous wealth. That was so weird because I like watched Steven like pour water, and then like I saw Nate like grab off screen a cup of water and start drinking it.
We're just that awesome. We're coordinated across.
We're actually roommates now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was really weird.
Through the wall.
Yeah, through the wall.
Yeah.
And he goes, so what I propose is a way to help us both. I need to lower her standing in the current government, to prevent her from gaining more power. Personally, I'll be honest with you, I don't agree with the position that Maub is taking for our government
At this
right now.
point, Maugan interjects and says, "Why can't we just kill her?"
Hashtag wrecked.
He probably like pauses and he's just like, well, there'd be a power vacuum.
One that you could fill.
Oh no, I'm not that kind of guy. She does the whole out of the world thing. I'm more about the things that I can see, the places I can actually go in a reasonable amount of time, the people,
Your call.
their well-being. I don't feel that would be good for the planet, the people, or the Imperium on a whole. She has her uses. She's just a bitch.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna roll detect lies real quick,
Yeah, do it.
just to make
I
sure.
would also like to detect lies.
Okay.
Thinking about it. It's like,
Should I be
yes,
reading
I
his
forgot
mind
your
while we're doing
call.
this?
I feel
why
like
aren't you
people are
not?
needing to be figuring shit out.
I would also like to
Do
know
I
his
do any
motives.
checks, Cecil?
I'm going to stand here and watch. I don't detect things. I just assume that they're happening and do them to people.
Okay, so let's see here. Detect lies. Bjarn, you don't detect shit. However, this is right up Alyson's alley. He is 100% truthful in what he's saying, Alyson.
Okay.
Um,
What about
I-
his motives?
However, you also can tell that while he is honest in what he's saying and he does truly care about the people and the planet, this is absolutely a position of power for him. He's setting himself up for more power within the current hierarchy, probably to try to oust Maub out of her position as monarch. And by belittling Calamir in some way, in his mind, he can get that power.
So do we think he's being pretty straightforward, or should I read mind as well?
That's up to you.
I mean, I think he's being pretty straightforward. I don't want to burn 3 intelligence points unless you guys think it could benefit us.
I think we know he's telling the truth, and we know what his motives are. So
Yeah, so I think it's probably a waste.
Okay, so
Okay.
so you hold off at this point. The honesty that he seemed, the fervor of his honesty seems to hold sway with you guys. And he goes, so I wanted to bring you all here and discuss this because I feel that there's a mutual benefit to each of us in this endeavor. I will not presume to know all the reasons that you're here and the purpose behind you all being here. However, you seem to be caught up in some nasty business within the politicking of our houses, and I have been put in the spotlight. Now, there's only 2 houses that have enough power or balls, so to speak, to come after the Straub house, and that would be either the Lady Maub or the Duchess Calamir. Now, Maub has nothing really to worry about, as far as I'm concerned, unless I take down Calamir. So, in my mind, I feel that that is Calamir that is setting me up in some way. And if that is the case, I have the way to prove my innocence if you are able to access their systems and gain information about their house. We have strict laws about investigating one of the royal houses, and often most things in public service on planet are bought and paid for and privatized within the houses of the planet. For example, much of the industry is owned by the House Straub. Much of the exports and imports, all the docking stations, fuel lines, energy is owned by Calamir. And I feel that if you are able to infiltrate and gain access to their system, you would find the information, whatever it is, that you seek, and possibly my innocence as well. I obviously cannot do this due to our royal politics and the scrutiny that is being paid attention to me specifically, but due to your newness, I feel that you will be able to get into places that I would not, that are specifically told to avoid and prevent me from getting into, and gain knowledge that would benefit everyone and the Imperium.
Should we ask him about that plague? Because that
Case.
worries me. It doesn't matter what we do on this planet if in 2 weeks everybody's dead.
Have we solved our goal?
It depends on how you kind of respond to him on this entire endeavor, but for the most part, you're like 95% there. I just kind of want to see it like completed, like where you guys are like, yeah, no problem, or no, fuck you. You know, like once that, like either answer will complete it, but like by the end of this RP, you guys will finish it.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm totally down to help this guy. He seems straightforward. Like, we know what he wants. So if you know somebody's motive, you can manipulate him a little better, you know?
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm
definitely interested in investigating Calamir.
Me too.
But I'd also like, if we get the chance, to look into Straub a bit more as well.
I have this.
Do the same thing that we're going to do with Calamir to him.
I have this
Sorry.
foolproof plan.
Oh God.
Foolproof
full of holes.
It is totally full of holes. You caught me. I'll go into it later, though. Let's continue the conversation.
I have like 10% of a plan. That's not a plan.
It's part of a plan. I have part of a plan.
By the way, can I just say how awesome the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 trailer was?
Wait,
I
there's a
haven't
trailer
watched
for it?
it. Don't ruin it for me.
Oh my god, you need to watch
Yeah,
it
there's a
after
trailer.
this
Nope.
session.
There's
No one
certain
spoil
movies
it.
I just don't
No
watch.
one
It's good.
spoil it. It's too good to spoil.
There are some movies I do not watch trailers
Yeah,
for.
I'll just say-
Oh, you're not even
going
gonna watch the trailer.
No.
Oh,
I'm not gonna watch anything about
fuck
it.
me. That's gonna be so hard.
Yeah,
for me
I
to not
watched
mention
the
it.
first teaser, but that's the only thing I'm touching about it.
I'm not gonna touch
Okay.
any of it. The accountant watched nothing.
Okay, so we're gonna pretend like I didn't say anything. So,
Yep.
so ultimately, what is the plan? He's proposed that he has an idea on how to prove his innocence. He's waiting for you guys to either back him or not back him.
Let's hear the idea and
Let's hear
see.
the plan
I
first.
think, yeah, we all look between each other, and then I just nod to him.
He was right.
Go ahead.
So, Calamir is hosting a party, and from what I understand and what I've heard, she's quite favorable to some of you. So,
You can say that.
I feel that as far as security goes within her house, you all will be able to be more free in your roamings. Now, she has an office. It's separate from her other offices. It's a separate office on the west wing of the house. And I don't know what she does there, but I'm pretty sure what you are looking for is gonna be there. All of her private information is at that location. From what my spies have told me, you will need to gain access to a keypad on the door that will ask you a question. It's like a security question, and I haven't been able to figure that out. So you will need to figure that out in some way. But once you get in, you'll have access to all of her files. and I'm guessing that everything will be explained once you gain that.
I hate this already.
Well,
Why do you hate
we'd be
this?
helping the straightforward dude that tried to kill us against the sneaky bitch that tried to kill us. I'd rather always have the straightforward guy as my opponent than the sneaky bitch. So I'm all for it.
I agree with this, and this is coming from the sneaky guy.
Yeah, he also gave us 20... Yeah, well, exactly. As the sneaky people, we know that we're bad opponents, right? He also gave us 20 grand. Like, he's clearly a decent guy. He didn't have to do that.
I love how, like, when Lady Calamir gave you
I don't
shit,
think-
you're like, this bitch is totally fucking trying to buy us. Fuck her. And then, like, Straub's like, $20,000? Here you go. And you guys, I really like this guy.
Well, he kind of already had us, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It felt scummier when she was doing it.
Yeah. It's because of the stash.
Yeah,
We were trying to swindle him, that's why.
Mm-hmm.
maybe, yeah. Still, he's swindleable. That's another token
it's. It
Shoot, we
sounded
could
like
just-
he didn't know anything at all about the STC or the other Inquisition groups. So that's why I'm a bit more inclined to side with him right now, because we don't know what she knows about it. And that's what ultimately we're after.
True.
Let's boogie.
So you
Let's
guys
do
are doing it? You guys are going to go for
No,
it?
I want to ask him if he knows anything more about that plague. Because
There we go.
as an Eldar, I know about the Chaos God, so I'm thinking Nurgle and freaking out.
Okay.
I want to know if I need to get off planet.
Right. He's sitting there, he's like, well, the people have been more sick lately, but, I mean, there's nothing to worry about. I mean, we're... The entire planet as a whole is a very large populace. To have people dying occasionally from sicknesses, I hate to
So
sound...
is this like when the flu sweeps through and people are just going to be coughing for a while, or is this like out of the ordinary?
Well, to be honest, I will say that industry on this planet has not done the best for the environment as a whole, and
Okay.
I feel that may have something to do with the overall unhealth of the people. But we haven't been able to find any research to prove such. But progressively, people have gotten more sick. More people at a time. The sicknesses have been more frequent. And luckily, our medical technology has been able to cure and assist in normal ways that should be the case. But... I mean, it does concern me slightly, but I'm more concerned with things that I can more tangibly place my hands on, like creatures in the sewers attacking people. I can solve that. Invisible pathogens in the air. Well, I'm not in charge anymore, so I can't really solve a lot of issues there. And I can't see them. I can't shoot them. I can't cut them. I can't kill them.
Okay, well, if I'm going to be looking into this, so if you learn anything, please keep me appraised.
He goes, right. Well, honestly, my expertise and my finances, my assets do not really focus in this endeavor. If you are looking for someone that could better assist you with this, as much as I hate to say it, Calamir focuses more on the medicine due to their ability to import and export technologies for that kind of thing. They've been the primary runner of that kind of thing. It's actually how she's partially pulled power from me. The populace is beginning to favor her because she can solve the illnesses of the weak and young.
Okay,
People
well, that's
that.
good, because when we steal her files, we'll get all the information she has anyway.
Yep.
So, let's go steal some shit.
Okay, so is there anything else that you would like to speak with the Duke about?
I like stealing.
Yes.
No.
The last time we were here, didn't we hear some like whirring of machinery, something like that?
To clarify, the butler of Duke Straub had a lot of what you could faintly hear as mechanization.
Okay.
As was
Okay.
apparent with Duke Straub's when you saw him fighting in the arena, he also had a fair amount of augmentation himself.
And hey, Straub, how did you get all that augmentation? Did something happen?
Yeah, actually, in my family, we believe that it doesn't matter what station or rank you belong into, that you should serve the Imperium, and so for a short time, I served with the Imperial Guard, and let's just say we had a bit of a scuffle with some Xeno scum. No offense, Eldar. I wasn't one of you. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't be here.
I'll say no, otherwise you probably wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Ayo.
Yeah.
Shots fired.
And I was severely injured, and luckily, due to my family's station and financial situation, I was able to gain replacements for my missing limbs and parts, and
Half a body.
so I have some augmentations.
Interesting. Oh, that would explain your fighting style if you served in the Imperial Guard.
He kind of smiles a little bit, and he goes, "Yes, learn from the best, at least within reason. I'm not any space marine or anything like that, or battle sister." And he kind of waves and gives a slight bow. Nothing like that, but as an elderly man, I've been quite good at my combat throughout the years. Anything else?
I have all the information I need.
Yeah, he gave us much money too, so.
I think we've got. Yeah, I think we got all we need to.
Alrighty. So, you all will, I guess, it's probably early evening at this point, after your travels and traveling back and talking with Straub and all that. The ball is tomorrow evening, so the day is kind of the next. Realistically, probably you'd probably go to bed after all the combat and stuff that you guys did. You're probably pretty tired, even with medical attention.
I would like to talk to the party on our way back to the wherever we're going.
Oh yeah. I mean, you're driving, so
Did we
Yeah,
achieve our goal?
yes, you did achieve the goal. Had 2 XP.
All right.
I just need one more and I can tear up.
Sweet.
So it's you said, and it's what time of day are you saying it's right
You
now?
guys are
Versus?
driving back, so it's probably 5:30, 6 o'clock.
Okay, so we
Standard Terran time.
so we've got. So do we just want to wait for the ball tomorrow to do something, or do we want to try to go to the Calamir estate to do something tonight? Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay. I mean, what would we really do tonight? I guess we could talk to Devesh about the plague, but...
Well, I think what Zach's also saying is he's kind of proposing that you guys scout out the Calamir house.
Or try
good
to
thought.
convince Alyson to go seduce the
Or
the Duchess.
Or yeah, I mean you could even, I mean what Zach's kind of saying, he's kind of saying you don't have to wait for the ball. You already have an in with Alyson.
What are you doing? Trying to fucking pimp me out here?
Yeah, he's trying to pimp
Oh.
you out. That's exactly
Also,
what he's
Actually,
trying to do.
we're not
Actually,
all going in there, so we want her to...
Well, I mean, it's up to you.
It's
Would Alyson be willing to do this? Yes or no?
Alyson wants to like rip people apart with a chainsaw.
It's
Alyson doesn't know how to sexy time.
it's for the glory of the Emperor.
But
Allison's
Alyson still
probably
doesn't
a
know how to
virgin.
sexy time.
You'll also be using something else that has a motor on it, so it won't be a chainsword, but
I mean, when you put it that way.
Warhammer 40k
Hit her
dildo.
in the head with it.
Lay back and think of the God Emperor.
Because I do have this, lovely visage changer, which gives me or me or whoever uses it, a 4-hour change.
True, you could totally make yourself look like the Duchess Calamir.
Or I could make myself look like Alyson.
Sweet Jesus.
Right.
I feel like that only goes so far. It does not
Yeah, I
change
don't think it's gonna
anime.
like fully change your gender.
I feel like that's A for effort, but that's probably not going to work out so hot.
Wouldn't
Are-
that
are
be
you
a
sure?
surprise for the Lady Calamir? Maybe she'll enjoy it.
Oh, shit.
My.
Could you imagine like
mean,
it
I'm-
happening, and she's just like, "Well, I didn't know all of you weren't women. This is a coincidence." Like, how-
Surprise!
yeah.
I mean, I guess we could just scout
Penis
the place
copter.
out so we know what's going on better tomorrow night, or
Say we could scout the place so I could learn how to seduce her gooder.
Gooder.
I don't think you need much help for that. You can just walk up and be like, "Hey, let's go to your bedroom." She seemed pretty interested.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can get her alone and I can be like waiting secretive in her bedroom, we can question her and then I can erase like 5 minutes of her memory.
Oh yeah.
What's your likelihood of success on this?
I'm sneaky as fuck.
Like, no, erasing the mind.
Oh, it actually, I don't think it can even. Let me read it. I can
I want
throw
to
an
make sure that
assload
we
of effort at it.
cannot fuck this up.
You reach into the mind of a creature within immediate range and make an intellect roll. On a success, you erase the last 5 minutes of its memory. So I could just throw 2 points of effort at it. So it's really unlikely that I don't think it. Calamir wouldn't even be that high of a target, right? So I'd probably only need like maybe a 9 to beat her.
I mean, assuming that she's extremely, I'll put it like this: assuming that she has gone, she is either a psyker or she has gone somewhere to teach her how to handle mental intrusion. If you spend 2 effort, you would have to roll a 9 or higher.
And that's assuming that she's harder than you.
That's assuming that she's had some kind of like psyker training. Because like realistically, a human being is like a level 2. So
yeah,
like
so a
that's
psyker would be
a
like level
6,
4.
which is basically an insta win. Like basically,
Yes.
like Steven's like, I'm spending two effort, and I'm like, you don't even need to roll now.
Yeah.
So she is going to take me on a shopping trip, which would get her out of the house.
But that would be different from the ball.
You
Yeah.
guys go
Or you-
shopping.
or-
that can
or-
Yeah,
start
if
it.
I clear her out of the house, she won't be there. You could do whatever you want.
So because I like helping, what you could do is you could, prior to the ball, show up at her place and be like, listen, I don't have a dress for the ball.
It needs to fit over my armor, but
And then that way she's thinking that she can totally
just-
like buy sex from you by buying you fancy things. And
I
that
like
way you
where
get
this
her
is
out of
going.
the house.
I like where this is
But-
going.
To point
But
out,
I will warn
do
you,
have
Nate, I'm gonna make you roleplay going out on a girl's day and trying on
God.
clothes and shit.
Do
with
it.
a woman that wants to
This
get into
will
your
not
pants.
end well because I have no idea what the fuck that's like.
Neither do I, but we can totally
just
bumble
the
through
pack
it like
mule.
2 idiots.
I'm the pack mule.
I don't know. I like this plan. Does Bjarn agree that this is a good plan?
I
Well,
like it
we
just for the
can't
fact
really-
of watching
I like
Nate try to deal with it.
Where will Bjarn's speaking abilities be most useful? Because you and I can sneak through her estate pretty easily.
I'm still going with the part where I really just want Alyson to be attempt
Yeah.
to be seductive to.
that's not going to end well. It's going to end up me accidentally finding the chainsword and chopping him in half.
Make Bjarn be the chaperone to make sure that Lady Calamir doesn't do anything untoward towards the battle sister. If that's actually a thing. A chaperone
know.
for a battle sister. That sounds just like a terrible concept.
I mean, I'm willing to go with that idea if that's one of our highest success ratios is to do that.
It sounds pretty damn
I
good.
feel like
I mean, yeah,
Bjarn
we
would
might be able
insist
to
on chaperoning just so he can see the awkwardness firsthand.
Yeah, that sounds right
Our
up
best thing is to
Bjarn.
get in there and download all her files, right?
I think that's the plan.
To be
Yeah.
fair,
On the other hand, yeah, I should go sneak in to download stuff and hack.
because he's the computer guy.
So I guess we could be doing most of the
Yeah.
sneaking and just make sure like the way is clear for you. And in a worst case scenario, you can use your banisher.
Oh yeah, he's got like a Cypher
Yeah.
that makes him visible. Or
So
invisible.
we'll kind of scout it out. You can follow
Yeah.
us, and if we're in an untenable position, you can use your banisher, and we're just naturally able to vanish.
So are we going to do this tomorrow or tonight?
Well, it's almost evening time, so probably
I'd
you would do
say-
it tomorrow. Make the shopping spree during the day prior to the event.
Yeah, and we'll sneak in during the day.
That way, you guys pretty much have like the entire day to do it because you'll have shopping spree and the ball.
I mean, because basically, if Alyson takes her out for a shopping spree, that's going to be like at least 4 hours
Mm-hmm.
out of the
Like
place.
how you were guessing. I have no idea how long that is.
Well, assuming that you gotta drive a lot. Let's assume that that's like 2 hours,
That's
She's
gonna
a
be an awkward
duchess.
car
She
ride.
has a private helicopter.
or maybe she wants to flaunt her excess wealth and have you
Have you
drive
alone
around
in
in
a
a limo.
limousine for a while?
Yeah,
Like you all.
and get you drunk.
I'm totally down for this plan.
Maybe before you guys go out, you could get invited into her place so that you can scout it out and let us know basic layout. Like, show up and be like, hey, can I see Duchess Calamir? And she'll invite you into, like, her private office or something. And then you can...
I should
like-
just do that when we're getting ready to go shopping.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah,
Like, when you
I'll
show
do
up,
that.
just make sure that you get, like, a layout of the place.
That way, yeah, give you guys the best advantage you can get. I'm all for that. Let's do it.
Well, the Battle Sister agrees, so we're good to go.
Okay.
This
The
is gonna be
Spiritor
fucking
in my
awesome.
chat goes, this plan works 100% of the time, 60% of the time.
Maybe if you had some fancy cologne.
Black Panther.
Yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, you guys, while you're discussing this, you finally arrive back at the place. You find Mechog sleeping on the floor right where you left him last time. He doesn't even move an inch. As you enter and you all go about going back to, taking care of your cleaning your wounds and airing them out and then getting ready for bed and going to sleep.
So we can level up.
Yes, if you are ready
This-
for a level up, you can
This
level up.
headquarters was provided. The place we're staying at was provided by the Duchess, right?
Calamir, yes.
We haven't talked about anything sensitive in there,
Could
though, and
we,
I'm
like-
sure it's bugged, but...
Yeah,
You want to search
I
for
would like
bug
to
stuff?
search it, see if there's anything interesting.
Yeah, totally. You can
We,
totally.
I think when we
check.
first got
Yeah.
there, we searched it for bugs, right?
I don't remember.
We
you guys...
almost
we
certainly did.
We were healed then. We didn't.
I think you guys were more interested in like getting healed and stuff than
Yeah,
checking
I
for bugs.
swear I searched it for bugs. Well, whatever, we're doing it now, so it doesn't matter.
You can totally do it again. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe you didn't do well last time or something, or
Speed or in?
Yeah.
they bugged it since then.
Oh, also, I have a cipher that'll drop down a cone of silence over us so that nothing can see or hear us. So if
True.
we really need to talk about something sensitive there.
Okay, so this would be seeing checks for everyone that's looking for bugs.
Okay.
And that's the speds.
Spids.
Speds.
So I rolled a 16, basically, right?
Right.
Or a 15. Yeah,
That was a burp and a sneeze at the same time. That was weird.
that sounded painful.
Yeah. It sounded like I was gonna puke. Like that was
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, it did not sound pleasant.
Okay, Maugan, you find 3 bugs in your search.
Oh, there's
One
probably
underneath the
something I missed,
table, one in a lamp area, and one in like the kitchen area in the inside of a cabinet.
though. Okay, what do they look like? Do they look like cameras or just audio?
Just audio.
Well, I think maybe I'll put them back because we don't want her to know that we know she's.
Okay, so you just don't remove them. You just like locate them and know that they're there.
And then like I write down something to inform the others that
It's
Big
bug,
sign.
motherfucker.
This place is
Oh,
bugged to
a
fuck.
small sign. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so now you guys know that this place is actually, in fact, bugged.
How are we gonna Mekog? No,
Ekog is somewhat
I mean, I
literate.
don't think
he can
he-
read, right?
knows anything
You
sensitive.
did write your
but
names.
Yeah. Well, he wrote "fuck it," but
Yeah, you wrote fuck it.
my
I
name's hard to
guess
spell. So
maybe we should just not let him know because he doesn't really know anything sensitive, right?
he's pretty intuitive sometimes.
He's a brick.
House. Wait.
On a good day, he's a strong brick.
I
Very
can't
house.
telepathically talk with people, right?
You can if you do. No, that was Jay's thing. Yeah, you can't talk to him.
Yeah, and that would have worn off by now.
While they're talking about this, I'm gonna go and sincerely apologize to him and promise him that I'll do anything I can to help him get a new car, and I'm gonna gift him with a rocket launcher, with the only caveat being, please don't use it inside.
Okay. Unfortunately, you're unable to rouse him. He's still in his recovery phase. The part that you missed is like basically he used all of his energy to try to kill you, and then he basically passed out.
Okay, never mind. Then I want to just leave the rocket launcher like on the dresser with a note like to Mekog from fuck it.
Okay. Awesome. Perfect.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, you totally write out, your message to him, and you all go to bed. And
Yes.
then, before my bladder bursts, I want you all to roll a might check, and you guys can do that while I quickly take a pee.
What are we miting for?
When you wake up.
Balls.
Haha, fuck you guys.
Damn, son.
Oh crap!
Oh, fuck me.
Fuck. Oh, tits.
Hopefully I'm sleeping in a different room than Bjarn. Damn.
Tits. That sucks.
I'm gonna brush my teeth real quick while John's going.
GG.
Yep.
Not the lowest roll.
Well, all the are kind of screwed. Maybe I can roll again and he won't notice.
I think I'm gonna buy a GoPro.
Do do ba do do.
Jay, I don't think a GM intrusion can automatically kill you, so...
Pretty close.
Yeah, it's just importing it the way they want it to. Yep. Yeah, that'd be best. Fucking go to take a pee and I get bombarded with IT questions.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah. They were asking me how do I install iTunes onto a Samsung device, and I'm like, you don't. Okay, so let's see here. Mic checks. Ooh, Bjarn. Excellent. Maugan. Maugan
good.
give no fucks. Maugan's like a honey badger for this one. Okay, so...
Maugan isn't like a honey badger. He is a honey badger.
You can't swap my one.
Okay, no, his 20 does not cancel out your one. Yeah, I like the explanation for the GM intrusion. So this is actually when you guys wake up. Who was sick previously?
Me, Bjarn.
Yeah, you and I think Bjarn.
Okay, so Bjarn knocked down another one. Alyson, you knocked down yourself down by one. Cecil, you knocked yourself down by another one. No, this is on your character sheets where it says damage track. There's hail, which is basically you're healthy, and then there's impaired. You need to check the impaired section.
Impaired. Ass.
And Bjarn and Cecil, you guys are now debilitated or debilitated.
So we're clearly being poisoned in here.
Or the sickness is getting worse.
I'm pretty sure the atmosphere is just ultra fucked.
I feel like we should see a doctor before we go shopping.
However, the other thing, Bjarn, just so you keep in mind, because this is your GM intrusion, is your vision goes to the point where you're almost legally blind.
Well.
Oh, great.
So we can try to remember this, or you can put it down in your notes. As of right now, you are treated as a -2 asset to any seeing checks or things that require your visibility.
My God.
In addition to your impaired or imbilitated.
So our
So it's a
first
-3.
step needs to
He's
be
currently
talking
sitting at a
to Bash.
-4 on all checks that would require him, a skill check that requires him to see.
Yeah, so we need to go see Dovesh
Yeah,
before
we need to
our
figure out
shopping
the
trip. I'm fine. I feel fucking fantastic.
I'm gonna throw my
Can I claim that I have
rebreather.
a seeing eye servo skull?
No, you could spend 1 EXP and buy a reroll.
I just used the last of my XP to get a advancement.
Someone else could spend one of their XP
I
to
know.
prevent you
That's
from...
0
I don't-
XP.
You
I
can,
will
you can
use
spend
one.
XP for... I thought you couldn't shut down a GM intrusion that was from a 1. Only
You
the
can-
ones that you...
No, because you can buy a reroll on the dice.
Oh, okay. And
It's
that's
the
even if
difference.
a 1.
Basically, like, if you roll and a GM intrusion happens, you can buy a reroll to reroll that dice. If
If you
I
come
do
up
a
with one
GM
out of nowhere, I
intrusion
can just
freely,
turn it
you
down.
can buy off my GM intrusion.
Okay.
It's
Well, I
basically
think we
there's
should just go talk to Dovesh right away. So I think we can just leave you blind for a while.
Okay, but I'm just saying, like, because I want this to be completely clear up front. If you decide not to someone to spend the XP, and you go to Dobesh, and he can't help you, you can't just be like, and now I'm spending my XP. Like, it's a now or never situation right now.
Whatever. I'll drop one for you, Jay.
I'm just making that clear for everyone. I mean, I'm not forcing, like, Zach to do it for you, Jay, but
Would that include, like, combat and stuff? Or is that only, like, if he's looking for something?
anything that requires him to see, which means
So,
combat,
okay.
defense, computer checks.
Okay, that's a little worse than I
sorry.
thought. Yeah. Yeah.
You don't need to see the
Speaking.
computer.
Well, wait, Zach, aren't you, like, right on the verge of tearing up?
I just teared up, and I had one left over.
Oh, okay, then squeak, go for it. Because I was going to say I'll
Okay.
drop one if you're about
So,
to tear
Bjarn,
up.
give me another roll.
No, I did the wrong one, but oh well. Same difference.
I see nothing.
Yeah, I see nothing.
No, you see nothing. Yay.
Oh, there it is. It was just delayed. Okay.
Yep.
That is actually enough to prevent you from going down the... Wait. No, it's not. Never mind. So you are exactly like Cecil.
Oh.
So you're debilitated.
Okay. Well, that's better than nothing.
And Nate, you're
Thank you,
down
Zach.
to impaired, right?
Correct.
Right. Because he was
And I'm
he was
still
clean, and
hailing
you were
up the party.
100% okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, Devesh has got to be our first stop because he seems like the one that's most likely to fix this, right?
So you guys, this is fairly early in the morning, maybe like 9 o'clock. I'm assuming that you guys don't like wake up at the ass crack of dawn. 'Cause that
Okay.
seems, or well, actually, Alyson totally would. You'd wake up at like 4 o'clock, but you're like praying and shit. So like,
And I don't think Eldar really sleep.
yeah, you just kind of do
But-
your like mental hibernation, meditation.
Yeah, but Zach
shit.
and Jay probably would have slept late because they're sick and they feel shitty.
Yeah. Well, they were the ones coughing up blood. So yeah, so you guys
Bjarn
wake
might have
up.
been up early. Bjarn might have been up early looking for information on Straub or
Okay.
the Duchess Calamir,
Okay.
if he could.
Yeah, you can.
Like,
I'll
if there's
totally let you
internet,
do
maybe
that.
we'll do it.
But let me wake you all up, in, as far as game terms go. So you all wake up, or you
Okay.
you begin your day, so to speak, whether that's praying to the Emperor or whatever. And Maugan, you wake up. The sun rises with rosy fingers, and you begin your day like you normally would. However, all around you, you basically feel like you're living in like a leper house. The way that like things are going amongst the three others. Alyson at this point is now coughing blood, and Bjarn and Cecil have seemingly gotten even worse. Their skin is slightly ashen color now. They are still puking and vomiting blood in the morning. Their wounds, the three of you, Alyson, Cecil, and Bjarn, while you are healthy, your wounds give the appearance of infection. They're swollen and red. They're not like oozing pus or anything weird like that, but they're not healing well. I mean, you're good, but your body is not able to commit the amount of resistance that it's used to being able to properly heal you all the way. And
Is this a mental thing or is this a physical thing?
this is fully physical now. Like last time, like Maugan had like that moment of like mental where he's like, oh my god, I'm getting sick, and he's like, never mind, I'm not actually, like kind of thing. Where he's like, oh my god, I'm hot. Wait, I'm always hotter than human beings. Okay, I'm good. But like you guys are physically vomiting blood, coughing blood. Your wounds are showing infection.
Well, that's not good.
I want to, when I notice this, transmit a message to Amberly's Psyker.
Okay. Yeah, it is. You are needing to do your daily checkup anyway, so this is fair.
Yeah. I want to say, consider quarantining planet, highly infectious, agent, observed. I fear Nurgle may be involved, just because I'm super paranoid about Psyker warp stuff.
You get a response. Understood. Unable to quarantine. Imperium advised. Percent population endangered.
That's a question?
Yeah, period. Percent population endangered question.
I will
All
say...
of it's endangered?
Yeah, endangered, 100%. Currently infected population is unknown. I will inquire and inform you guys when I know. It seems to be highly contagious, though.
Well, they did say around the thousands.
No, they said like 1,000 people were dying, but that was just a butler, so who knows how accurate he was,
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and you see understood ... and then it says hold, like in your mind, like you hear like I'm talking like computer speak, but like this is what you're kind of getting. You hear
So
like understood, and then like there's like a pause, and then it says hold, and then it says percentage of non-human life infected. Question.
I'll
Done.
say I appear to be immune. I cannot speak for
Metcog doesn't
Other-
seem to be affected.
Xenoslay. Oh yeah, I'm not affected. The Orcoid appears to not be affected, and I cannot speak for other non-human life.
The jelly blob didn't seem to be infected.
Jelly blob.
Mob? I just imagine one of them is like Jabba the Hutt for some reason.
Oh yeah, but she's still human, right?
Yeah,
Is
she's
she?
human.
Oh.
Yeah.
She's just
super fat.
yeah, she's just basically weighs almost the amount of Mechog in pure obesity.
Blubber. You know.
That makes me feel uncomfortable.
At least that's not the one trying to seduce you.
Yeah,
What does Calamir look like? Is she like normal looking?
normal. I mean, like she's like your like average woman that wears like really well done makeup to make her look hot.
Okay.
Like think like porn star, where like when you see them without makeup, they're like, oh, that's an average chick, and it's like, wait a minute, I've seen you naked and I've seen your butthole. Like kind of like concept.
So Alyson, you're gonna have to see Calamir's butthole.
Guess so. Good to know.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just tell them like, as far as I know, non-human life is immune.
Okay. It responds with proceed with caution. Nurgle may indeed be involved.
Cool.
I'm drawing a blank on Nurgle.
The
Nurgle,
chaos
Papa
god of,
Nurgle,
like,
Father Nurgle,
infection.
Grandfather
Chaos god of
Nurgle,
disease.
Chaos God of Disease.
Yeah, if he's involved, everybody's gonna get really, really, really sick and either die slowly or become super tough, and it's not good.
Also, in
Okay.
general, any planet that gets touched by Nurgle gets exterminatus.
Yeah.
So, glassed.
Yes.
I was hoping we can exterminatus.
Jay's like, I've always wanted to
Just
do
not
this.
on it.
I just want to be off the planet first.
Right. However, though, if you guys are infected, they will not let you off planet. Essentially, basically, what
Well, let's see
Steven
what
has
that
just
talks real
done
quick.
is he has straight up
Oh
stated.
yeah, what I did was pretty important.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He basically, as far as like Steven is concerned, he and Mechog are the only ones that should be allowed off planet at this point.
Ass.
But you guys don't know that.
Let's see
Technically.
that doc real quick.
Okay.
Can you unfuckificate us, or are we screwed?
We just have to figure out how to fix it.
Yeah.
Oh, no big deal.
Well, that's why you guys are going to Dr. Dabesh.
Well, you guys are gonna die if we don't figure out how to fix it anyway, so it's kind of got to be our priority.
Yeah, you guys
now.
are literally coughing out your lungs right now. Like, your orifices are bleeding. I think that'd actually be
I
really
wonder if
cool. I'm gonna make Alyson's that occasionally your eyes leak blood.
Why you gotta do this?
Pray harder.
That's gonna help
Allison.
with the dog.
Pray
Yeah.
harder.
Why can't I just be normal sick? Gotta bring it to the fucking space bugs.
Okay, fine. We'll save that for when you get sicker.
You
I
know,
wonder
what's
if the
in your
Duchess would
picture.
have a way to fix it because she's concerned about me. I wonder if she might know how to fix it.
She does have quite the financial
Did
pool
know
to
about
take
Alyson.
care of her favorite concubine at this point.
I'm not a whore.
We could swindle her some more.
Yet.
Wait, did somebody say swindle? I like swindling. Are we?
Yeah, we
Of course
can
you tune in
swindle
there.
her.
I heard money.
Yeah.
Are we getting money?
I heard the distinct clink of change. Okay, so, besides you all being sick, and noticeably so, to the point that Maugan has transmitted the overall opinion, and I don't think, like, anyone's lying to anyone at this point that you guys are really fucked up. Like, physically, in this regard.
Yeah.
Mentally too, but that's different.
Well, I mean, it directly is impacting your ability to function as beings at this point, next to Maugan.
Yeah, I vote that I drive them over to Dabesh after
Yeah.
maybe apologizing
And if
to.
he can't fix it, to the Duchess.
Yeah.
Well, you
I'm
planned on
sick.
going to the Duchess anyway, so...
I know,
It works
but
out.
Can
we'll
I
get there
can I
early.
peek my head in and see if Mechog is awake?
Mechog is actually where you left him. like,
Yeah, I'd say.
Still passed out. Well, in
however,
the future, we'll tell him I didn't drive.
yeah. At this point, though, like as you like kind of like look over, like Mechog's like he's lying on the floor. Mechog can sleep anywhere. He doesn't really care. He sleeps next to an engine most of his life anyway. As he hears all the coughing and stuff, he wakes up and he goes, right, oh, right. and like he like stands up and like he like fully gets back up and like his power leg is a little bit damaged and you hear some like whining from the leg and he's like, "Fuck, gonna have to get that fixed." And he looks around and goes, "Where's my tools?" And he looks around and goes, well, he can't do that with both hands because one hand doesn't have fingers. Drums one hand against it and he looks over and he sees Bjarn like literally like what looks like living death right now. And he goes, "Oh, little boss, you don't look so good."
I don't think he feels good.
I don't really feel good. No.
The sickness sounds so much better when it's being cut out.
Yeah, robotic.
It's like he's actually dying.
I am actually dying. Slowly.
He goes, "Well, hold on right there. I'll be right back." And at that point, like he like runs over to the door and he opens the door and like squeezes himself through, and then he puts his head back through and he's like, "Don't you move. Keep still." And then he like closes the door and he runs back out. Do you guys do anything or do you hold still?
I would like to
hold still.
investigate why the door slammed and a giant orc thing was stomping around.
Yeah, so
Talk
like you
about
poke your
your
head out of
story.
like the bathroom or something after like vomiting blood and you realize that Mechog isn't in the room. A few minutes later, Mechog comes back in and he's holding 4 jars of this weird purplish green liquid. And he goes, "Right, well, drink this." And he like hands a vial to all 4 of you.
I'd like to ask Mechog what it is.
Secret. Don't ask, just drink. Gonna taste nasty.
Am I gonna regret this?
Well,
I'll
your
say
song
it,
is.
don't answer
Down the
that.
hatch.
I
Okay, you
need
know what?
fortitude
Dying
checks
anyways,
to
I'm
see
gonna
if you
drink
can. Oh, what, Jay?
I'm dying anyways, may as well drink it.
Okay. Those that are drinking,
I
I
wanna-
need a fortitude check.
I just want to ask him if he knows that I'm not sick and if it'll hurt me if I'm not sick.
Oh, I just assumed that you were. Probably don't need to drink it then.
So that's
I mean, I
might.
will.
I don't
So-
know if it's gonna hurt you.
Okay.
To be honest, I don't know how your insidey bits work.
I will hand it back to him and say thank you very much.
Right. At which point he pops it and drinks it himself.
I'm going to.
So,
So-
fortitude's not.
gonna
So
put
is everyone else
effort in.
drinking it? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Jay's yes. Okay, I need a fortitude check to make sure that you can get it down because it is absolutely the most rancid thing you have ever drank in your entire life.
Might.
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 I kind of wanted to drink it.
Wait.
I'm probably not gonna be able to keep this down.
Sorry, there's one thing I wanted to.
Can I ask him if he has an extra one?
Okay.
He kind of like looks at you and he's like, "I just gave you one."
I know, but now I feel left out.
Well, tell you what. When my car is fixed, I'll let you drink one.
Okay. Oh, and I want to apologize for that and say I will help him however I can. I want to fill him in on the whole, I feel terrible, I gave you a rocket launcher, and I'll help you if I can.
Right, I saw the rocket launcher. Quite interesting. Oh God, what happened?
We tanked.
There we
Fucking
go.
hardcore. We need to, Pika's minor effect needs to be shoving the liquid down one of our throats.
Actually,
Go
you're all
Absolutely
okay.
fine.
You're
Oh
all
my God.
okay. It only was a difficulty too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh thank God.
It has this like, it was kind of like syrupy to drink, almost like there were like clumps of something in it, and it had this like really like irony taste, but almost vegetable-y, like the worst vegan protein shake you've ever had in your entire life.
Oh, that's anything vegan protein shake.
I think you guys just drank like crushed up squig.
I don't know what that is, and please don't tell me.
However, those
Yeah,
that
you don't wanna
drank
know.
it, you can move your track up by 1 instead of downward 1 on your health meters.
So what would have happened to me if I drank it?
Yes.
Don't know.
So
a net
am I at Hale
change of
then?
0 or a net change of +1?
You were at Nate is at Hale. The other two of you are at whatever
Impaired.
impaired. So basically, he staved off your illness for a day, is what he did.
So do we have any indication how this disease is transmitted?
I mean,
Okay.
you all were kind of. I mean, it could be airborne. It could have been something that you contracted while you were in the sewers. It could have been something you gave to each other because you've been in the immediate vicinity. You could
I'm
have.
gonna put on my respirator.
Okay. Like full time now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that might be why I'm not sick, because I never take my respirator off.
Also true.
But Mechog's fine, so there's a good chance that
Wait.
it doesn't.
And Mechog's Mechog.
Didn't I say
Yeah.
I was? Didn't I say I was wearing my respirator after we talked to the butler dude?
Yeah,
but you were sick before that.
But you were sick before that.
Okay.
Steven's
So
character.
I'm back to neutral, so
Right, you're
I
fine.
might be able to stave off
but
getting it again.
but like Steven's character wears that respirator at all times. It's like innate with the Eldar that they always wear respirators 100% of the time, except on like Eldar planet.
Gotcha.
So, that's basically what Steven's kind of saying is like, oh, I might not have caught it because I'm literally have not taken off mine. So,
Gotcha.
alrighty.
Okay.
So now that you guys are feeling slightly better, coughing a little bit less, bleeding a little bit less from internal organs, you all go about heading off to visit the Lady Calamir. Or no, Dabesh. Are you still going to Dabesh? Or
Yes.
okay.
We need to figure out what the hell this is.
Yes.
Yeah, I would recommend Davesh.
Mechog goes, right, I don't think I'm quite ready to be bashing heads in, considering, and he holds up his hand, which is missing, like, the claw still. He's like, but I still got this! And he pulls out his, like, giant, like Mechog orky gun, like, and he's like, I could totally plug some gits with some holes.
It's okay. We're gonna go visit a doctor, Mechog.
Mechog, hold down the fort. Please.
Okay.
Actually, considering we were attacked while we drove our very first night, it might not be a bad idea to take him to the doctor.
Oh, please! Let me come along!
Oh, also, on our way to Calamir, we could drop him off at a scrapyard, and he could come up with some real fun stuff while we're out shopping.
Yeah, you could totally take him out. He could have his own shopping while your guys are out.
Yeah, he needs an arm again. He needs another power claw.
Yeah, that might be smart.
Right. I vote we take him.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Yeah. He goes, right, well, just letting you know, might be a little bit of a tight squeeze with all of us. I wasn't really planning on anybody else, like, really getting into my car. But there we go. And he, like, starts barreling down the hallway to the industrial elevator, basically the only elevator that can handle
Whatever
his
he
weight.
can use to get down.
Yeah. Or the stairs, either one, doesn't really
Not
matter.
gonna have to ride in the trunk.
Yeah, someone has to fit in the trunk. So anyways, you all pile into the car. It's a little bit of a tight squeeze in the front, but you all head off. So where's the first place you guys want to go?
Dr. Dabesh.
Dr. Dabesh. So you guys head off to Dr. Dabesh. Upon like
Instead
a
of play
ride...
on Dr. DeBest.
Besh.
I know, but it sounds like Dr. DeBest.
Who's that?
He
DeBest.
literally, I got his name from
DeBest, DeBest.
a name generator, so...
Oh. I was like, the best doctor.
Yeah, da best.
Oh.
Like, da bears. Kind of thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, so you guys arrive at the hospital. Things have officially been, like, 100% cleaned. Like, there's no recognition that there was a group of assassins here a few days ago, kind of thing. And you walk right in, and at which point, like, when Mechog, like, goes through the door, like, you see, like, a bunch of people just sit there and, like see him and just immediately start, like, looking for exits, kind of thing. And he goes, right, I just relax, I'm not here for you. and he just keeps like walking, and he kind of looks like a little like downtrodden at like the way that people are looking at him, and he bumps Alyson. Oh, Nate's not there for this encounter. But he bumps Alyson, and he goes, "Happens all the time. People don't really want to understand me," and he just keeps going. And you arrive at Dr. Dobesh's, at which point, like, when Mechog comes through the door, like, because Dobesh has never met Mechog before, you hear, "Oh, dear Christ! The Emperor saved me!" And then, like, he sees that, like, the orc is totally, like, jovial and stuff, and he goes, "Oh, well," and he looks over at Bjarn, and he goes, "I guess you do keep very interesting company."
Yeah, it comes with the turf. But we have important things to talk about.
Right,
Do you know about the plague that has been going on?
Plague? I know that a lot of the citizens have been sick. It's part of my research, but as far as a plague, nothing to that extreme, I don't think. Honestly, the only people that have had anything of plague-like symptoms were the two Inquisitors. But unfortunately, I was actually going to be contacting you today. They passed out, or they passed away during the night.
Oh, really?
And as you see that, he points over, and the beds are clean, and there's no one there.
Yeah, Cecil's face goes a few shades paler.
I would like to do detect
Did
lies.
you get any
From gray to white?
information?
Okay, so Nate wants to do a
Yeah.
detect lies, so let's do the detect lies.
Fuck.
Seems
Then that's
pretty truthful on that. I mean, it honestly seems like, at least in his
Hey.
mind, yeah, same
He's
thing.
better at detecting lies.
Even with Bjarn, like, he seems 100% truthful in that. Like, I mean, probably those two Inquisitors have passed away due to just the. I mean, they were stupidly fucking infused with diseases and yeah. I mean, that's the way that goes, unfortunately, and they died. As far as the detect lies with the understanding of disease in the populace, that also seems fairly true. That at least in his mind, no one's as a whole on the populace has shown anything as far as like heavy diseases. Like so far the populace is showing like flu-like symptoms on a regular basis versus like bubonic plague, like the two Inquisitors that are now dead.
We'd like you to take a look at us and tell us how bad you think our illness is, because we have been experiencing worsening symptoms since we've arrived on this planet.
Oh, you mean like Maugan? Are you now exhibiting symptoms of something too?
Yes.
Right. Well,
Sort of.
go ahead and pop yourselves up right over on the table there, and I will extract some blood samples and see what I can do for you guys.
We comply.
Okay, so all the three of you walk over there, at which point he kind of looks at Maugan and Mechog, and he goes, "Are you two sick as well? I'm not, as I've said before, I'm not very good at xenology, but I'd be willing to take a look."
I'll just say hail and hearty.
All right, and Mechog kind of just like leans down towards him and he goes, "Not in your fucking life."
Mm-hmm.
At which point he walks over and he extracts vials from you all and does like a basic physical say kind of thing. No cup on the balls or anything like that, but definitely like making you like stand, do some calisthenics kind of thing. And he goes, and probably like because of the calisthenics, like probably like some of you become like extremely winded very quickly, particularly Zach and Jay. And at that point, I'll say that Bjarn, you're the one that ends up coughing. Like, you start coughing, and like by the end of your coughing, like your hand is like lightly coated in like saliva and blood, and Dr. Drobesh like immediately like grabs a hold of your wrist and like takes a gauze and like wipes your hand with it, and then like you see him crumple it and then like put it into like a bag and zip it up with like biohazard on the front of it. And he goes, "Well, you all definitely do seem to be sick. Unfortunately, these things do take time. I'd be happy to look into it for you all. As a doctor, I'd recommend that you don't do any strenuous activity and get lots of rest and vitamins and, you know, the usual. The Emperor can only protect you for so long."
Ask him for like some go pills, like something that can keep you guys on your feet until we
Yeah.
get a more
Stimulants?
permanent
You got
solution.
any vitamins?
Oh,
Are you gonna wink when you?
Are you talking about, like, performance enhancing?
I don't know. I don't need them.
He's basically asking, do you want some performance enhancing drugs?
You want some roids?
I don't know. I think Alyson could use some performance enhancing drugs for what she's about to do.
God damn it.
What? You're gonna need something to give you a boost of energy so you can go through that shopping spree. What did you think I was talking about?
Allison's about to go through a montage.
Sucker.
Okay. Is that what you were asking,
I will
Jay?
take whatever you can give us.
Alrighty, time for some ciphers.
I'll take whatever.
I think we're full on ciphers.
Yeah, but we can always roll for better ones and get rid of the ones we
Or
got.
ingest
I need
some
one.
that last for an extended period of time and then
Yeah.
hold on to ones that you have, kind of thing. Yeah, so he will give you a set of pills, which basically like a pill. And he goes, "There you go. This will help you with the majority of the physical strain that may occur upon you all." And he gives you a pill that will assist you, will give you a +1 edge to your might, and another packet of pills that will give you a +1 edge to your speed. So basically, that's 2 different ciphers.
Okay, well, I have a cipher that'll give me a +1 edge to speed, so we don't need that one. And I could get rid of effect resistance to carry the might one if anybody wants that. But I think we're all full right now, so I'd have to get rid of one, right?
I need one, so I will take a speed one.
Oh, good. Okay, so you
Yeah,
have a
because
slot. Does
Jay
anybody else
used
have
the
an open
mind
slot?
thing earlier.
Oh, yeah. Does anybody else have an open slot?
Yeah.
I do not.
I have 2.
How long do they last?
These will last you. How long does yours last, Stephen?
1 hour of game time.
1 hour of
So for basically at least one full combat.
So you'd have to hold on to it, which means that you'd have to give up 1 up.
I can get rid of effect resistance, right? And then pick up the speed boost to give to somebody else?
Yeah. Don't forget, you guys can also sell ciphers just for future reference, like in case like
What
you
else?
guys collect ciphers that might not be useful for you in a given like campaign session. Like you can probably sell
Well, then,
those.
can you read? Because I don't have a description for how effect resistance works. So could I just like pop it and be resistant to something for like a couple hours? Well, I kind of feel like effect resistance might be more useful. So one of us should probably just take the
Provides
speed
an
boost.
additional resistance to directly damaging effects of all kinds, such as fire, lightning, and the like for 1 day. It does not provide
shit.
resistance to blunt, slash, or piercing attacks. So basically,
Okay, that's
anything
really-
that
that's really
isn't
useful.
physical.
Yeah, but I'm gonna keep that, and so one of us can just take the speed boost cipher right now.
So Jay's gonna
So
take
that's
the
a-
speed. No one needs
Yeah.
the light.
Yeah.
Or no, I mean somebody should just like inject the might into themselves. You know what I mean? Just so we're not leaving
Just
it on
in
the
case.
table. Yeah.
Mech, I'll go grab that one.
Oh, listen. Oh.
Or Alyson.
Yeah, so you could inject it into me, but
There you go. So Allison's like bottoms up and you pop the pill?
sure, why not?
Okay, cool.
He took the pill. So Alyson is now on the pill.
Yep. Gotta make sure she
I don't
doesn't
think
get
with
pregnant.
Calamir
This
she needs to
pill,
worry
is
about
it-
that. Yeah.
So what does that do? Just all my might checks are one easier, or
Your
You have speed edge.
your
Extra
edge
speed
for
edge.
might.
Spend effort, you get extra edge.
Yeah, your edge for might goes up by 1 for the next hour.
So you
So-
probably have a 2 or... Well, what's your speed edge or your might edge? Nate?
my might is just 2.
So now you can get effort for free for the next hour.
Right.
Cool.
Anything that
That's-
requires might. So like if you had to like if suddenly the building was burning and a beam fell in front of you, you could get a free edge without paying any might.
I'm all for that.
Is this pill blue and little?
Yeah. Is it triangle shaped and blue?
God, you guys are dicks.
No, it seems to be like a half white, half yellow with some kind of powdery substance on the inside. Totally normal. Nothing fancy.
Okay.
No recognizable image from ye olden day America. Okay, so you guys go after speaking with Dr. Dobesh, and of course he says, as he's like going away, he says, "I'll give you a call if I find anything new."
Good to know.
So
Okay.
you head off to Lady Calamir's.
Wait, I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Shouldn't we drop off Mechog at a scrapyard?
Scrapyard for my cause.
Okay. So you head off to a scrapyard. You find that's probably going to be a little bit out of your way, probably, considering scrapyards are going to be away from the center of the
Yeah.
city. But you
I
find
think we owe it to him.
a bigger one, probably Maugan on your data pad. Since you were healthy during the day, you probably like looked that up after, and you found like the biggest scrapyard area in the city to take.
Okay, I want to talk to
Take it
whoever's
to-
running it.
Okay.
I just want to say, like, what is it going to take money-wise for him to have a couple hours of free roam here?
That guy goes, "Oh, well, to be honest, we don't take really kindly to green folk, to put it politely, unless it's worth my while.
What's worth it?
You can build something for you.
5,000
Ooh.
plus the expense. What was that, Jay?
Mechog could do some
You can
improvements to
have
their like
Mechog
crane
build
or
him
something.
something.
Yeah, that's a smart idea.
Yeah.
Well,
A little bit of
He
manual labor.
probably like he's like saying like about to give his price when you offer like services of mecha, and he's like, "Mechanic, huh? I do have some machinery around here that could really use some fixing up. Tell you what, he fixes the machines, I'll let him walk away with whatever that big bulk of muscle can carry."
That sounds like a deal, right? Well, I guess we should ask Mechog, but that's a win-win for him. He loves
Yeah.
fixing shit. Bless you.
He probably like when you like pose it to him, Jay. Like, I want a persuasion check of some sort to Mekov. Just because he is an NPC, and
Well,
I feel like you have to persuade him
Persuasion.
not to do this, but
I mean it's pretty
And
given.
I'll
but
do one effort.
Mhm. Oh yeah, Mekog, because of his enjoyment of fixing things, this passes, and he goes, right. He does know how much I can lift, right?
Good Lord bless you.
He will. He'll learn.
He'll find out.
He goes, right. I get you. And at that point, he does like one of those exaggerated like, kind of like winks, with like his like grisly like tusked mouth open.
His face that's bigger than most of our bodies.
Yeah.
Bless you.
And he goes,
I want to give him a handful of power cells from my bag.
oh, these could be quite useful. And so like he like pockets them and he kind of like sits them and he's like oh, and like then he like reaches and he like takes his giant like armor case, ammo case that he has behind him, and puts it down and starts shoving them into it. He's right. I'll have everything fixed up in a jiffy, and be right with you. And he like leans down. And he goes, "Now you remember, no fighting without me." And then like he holds out his pink and he goes, "Promise."
We'll do what we can,
I
Mechog.
grab his pinky with my entire hand. Right.
Yeah.
I promise.
That's my little boss. And at that point, he chuckles and he starts walking away, like on like his partially like damaged leg. You hear the whizzing of like the mechanics going down. He goes, "Ha ha! Little Humie, where are you? I need a full fuck, what's that word? Tour of your beautiful establishment of metal and mechanical bits." And they walk out the door. The dude's slightly, like, kind of looking over his shoulder, like, maybe I did get the wrong deal end of this thing. As he, like, walks out with the green guy.
Incredibly useful, if very dangerous machinery.
Yeah. So, you leave Mechog in the chaperoned care of a junkyard salesman.
Yep,
Yes.
that sounds about right.
Possibly wrong.
Awesome. And you guys proceed off to the estate of Lady Calamere.
Sweetness.
And when you get there, you are met by a number of butlers, and the first one goes, "Ah, Lady Calamere was expecting you." And he leans forward and he kind of like peers at Alyson. He goes, "Especially you."
Wait, we're not all showing up to her house.
Okay, whoever it is. Alyson.
I thought it was
definitely
just Alyson showing up. Yeah,
I'm
and
making
we would be like,
the real appearance. The rest of them are creeping.
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
Okay, I might have missed that part. So Alyson shows up and he goes, "Ah, Lady Calamere was expecting you." And he goes, he kind of like gives you like that one size up, like almost lecherously, like looking at your body, and he goes, "Okay." And he turns around and he says, "Follow me." And guides you inside. Where are the rest of you?
I figure we're just waiting in the car a couple minutes away, right? Because aren't we waiting for your report on the general layout of the
Drop
place,
her off
Nate?
and
So we can sneak in?
Okay. And I think that is a good place to end the
don't
night.
not pushing any buttons.
As it
Yeah,
It's
I'm in the
definitely
back
not
seat.
pushing any buttons.
is now 11:30, so we will call it ends for the night.